All right, it looks like
we're back.
We're back.
Cool.
Sorry for the technical difficulties, everybody.
Yeah, this will have to be a VOD experience.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'll edit it all together and we'll send it out. You know what I mean? So it'll all work out.
So we finished talking about the different kinds of techs. Now we're going to talk about a basic combo. I taught Burkish just a basic B&B knockdown that he can get off of pretty much all of his starters.
Yep.
So yeah,
You want me to do it?
yeah, just do it real quick. So you get a knockdown there, which means you can you can run up, you can meaty me, you can chase my rolls, all that good stuff. Something important about that too, if you don't start with 5A, so if I block the 5A and I get opened up by 5B.
Like that?
Yeah, like if you do just do 2A 5B 5C. Oh, I guess that's all airtight. Do 2B.
Oh, like that?
Yeah, and then you open me up low, you can still do the same combo.
Okay.
So that's like one of the important things about it is that you can kind of always get it.
Okay.
And then you want to have a throw combo. Now, ground throws in this game can actually only be special canceled. I can't like do a button and then hit you. So I do, for my character, it is 2-1-4-B, and then you don't have to do that micro dash if you time that 2-1-4-B better. And I just do an air route.
Okay.
And then for you, it's actually you run up and you can hit a button. So you can like back throw, run up 5C.
Like that?
And you could learn like a better combo there. Like, I mean, you would do like something else, which is the next part that I'm going to get into.
Yeah, something else. Okay.
Yeah. So you want to learn a throw combo that kind of goes into the same Oki situation, and then you want to learn to DP punish. So DP really quick.
Okay.
Here's my basic Tsubaki one. This is like very, very straightforward and easy, and I get 3.5k off of it, like no problem.
Okay, cool.
And I actually don't know what it would be for Jin, but he has some pretty straightforward ones as well.
Yeah, like what? Do you know what Jin's fatal counter is?
I know 2-2C is one of them, but you usually don't use that for punishes. So if I...
Is this a special move?
Yes. That fatals, but you don't really see that a lot. I think he just does 5C counter hit starter.
Is there a reason it doesn't come out sometimes? Is it like cost
Oh,
meter?
that one's actually proximity. It's like the only proximity move in this entire game.
I have to be close for it to come out?
Yeah.
It's not coming out. That would be fast?
2-2C?
Yeah, it's not coming out.
I don't think it has something special like that. I guess I'm not 100% sure, honestly. Again, there's a lot in this game, and I don't know the nitty-gritty of every character.
Okay, yeah, it's not a big deal.
But...
Yeah, it almost seems like... Oh, I can't do it if I'm too close. Oh, yeah. The issue isn't being too close. I think if you're point blank...
You have to be point blank, because otherwise he does the little... He does like the sheath.
Oh, okay.
But if you're too far away, you just won't get it at all. But if you're at like a mid-range, you get nothing.
Okay, I get you.
And this has a D follow-up that you can use to get a free combo, and it side swaps you out of the corner. And then you should learn an Airbnb, which for pretty much every character is going to be something like Melty. It's something in the realm of a BC air throw. Or not air throw. Usually you just do a hard knockdown special. So for me, it's like... I showed you this route here where I do 5... I'm going to do the other one. That way I don't have to show people the micro dash.
Okay.
I did JBB, JB, JCC. For you, it's going to be like BC, B, jump cancel BC, and then you do, I think it's J236B? Or J623B. Try jumping... is it C? I'm just going to check the command list instead of guessing. We're really seeing how little I know about Jin. Okay,
Mid-air.
let's go back C.
Okay. Bam. Like
And
that.
that's your knockdown.
Okay, so try jumping. So be like...
So let's do it off of your anti-air, which is 2C.
Okay. Oops.
Okay.
Okay.
You can actually do it off of 5C too, but...
Oh, okay. Do it again. I try it one more time. I'll just do a simple one. Like that.
Yeah.
It works, you
and
know?
there's like obviously some optimizations that you'll get down pretty quickly, but you want to have that because that's usually like the bread and butter. Is you have the... So for me, I have like this basic combo, right, where I knock you down, but I can spend a stock to turn that last hit into a launcher. And then look at that. I just get to do the same air combo. So a lot of this game is like combo theory like that, where pretty much all of my combos are I get you into the air and I do that exact sequence.
Okay.
And then you kind of are going to have a similar thing like that. I think one of the ways that you can get people into the air, I think if you do 2-1-4-D instead of B, you'll be able to do 2C. Like, so you do that same combo and end it with that.
End it with...
Instead of doing 2-1-4-B, do 2-1-4-D, and then do 2C.
That?
No. It should be the ice car, but the
Oh,
EX
this
version.
one.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So like.
And then you should be do 2C there. I think it might
That?
be.
Oh, and then I pop you up? So
Might
like,
have to, I'm trying to think. I don't remember how Jin does the launchers
Yeah.
except for doing the hard stuff.
it doesn't really matter anyways.
Yeah, but like
Okay.
that's the idea is that you find a way to get into the launcher, and now you've got like the 2 pieces of your basic combo.
Right. Okay, so you're saying off of Ice Car, I can get him into the air after that somehow?
Yeah, there's probably a way to do it. I know.
Okay.
I know the big thing for Jin is he's got a crouch confirm where he does. He can do 6B, and then he'd do that air knockdown thing, the 2-3-6B,
That?
and then you can dash up and pick that up with 2B.
Oh, really? Oh, 2B.
Yeah, 2B.
Oh, I believe you.
It's not super easy, but that is like the Jin like higher level B&B. It's one of the reasons I think Jin's not quite a good beginner character, because he does have some execution on his like B&Bs.
Yeah, okay. Oh, wow, that still didn't combo. Dang.
I think you need to delay.
I probably need to delay this. That combo.
Yeah, there you go. And then
Okay.
you do that. You do 2B, 2C, and then you do the air route.
Okay. Oh, and then I put him in the air. Okay,
Yep.
I got you. Yep.
And so that's like his, and he gets that off of crouching pretty much anywhere on the screen. You can do it off of any starter. So like that is one of the Jin B&Bs, is you do that like little route there.
Okay.
And then his DP punish starter is probably just you do like 5C, 3C ice car, maybe?
5C.
Oh yeah, I don't know what, you know what's actually, okay. So this game does have another feature that I think is really good, and it's the challenge modes.
Okay.
Which give you like a little
Like
sample.
like combo trials?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're not great. They're very rarely optimal, but they will teach you a good basic theory if you don't want to just read combo docs right away.
Okay.
So this is a bad throw. I'm not going to do that one. Here, okay. The second level throw combo is like not a hard one. So it's like, okay. So one of them is always a throw combo. Oh no, this is actually a really wild one. Never
Okay.
mind. Because yeah, they don't give you the third level one. But one of them is also a DP punish. Right? Yeah, this one's yeah. So we watch the demonstration here. It's like, oh hey, here's your DP punish.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And it's a little bit more of an advanced one. Tsubakis are maybe not the world's best example because they make you do this, which I consider to be relatively difficult. But if we look at Jin's really quick, I don't think I have Jin's completed, so we won't be able to see his higher level ones. But even just in the first 10, which are oh, I have enough of them. So we get a basic throw combo in here. So like just a baby one. Like if you're day one
Right.
and you just want to learn your throw combo,
So you think like everyone that's trying to learn a character, you like, go into the combo trials?
it'll at least help you learn the combo theory.
Yeah.
And you probably won't end up using any of these when you get to a higher level of play, but
Yeah.
like it gives you a basis. So like
Right.
here is,
Oh, okay, cool.
and then there you go. You get 2.6 off a throw, you get a hard knockdown, that's fine. And then
Oh, that's hard knockdown, the car into the thing?
Yep.
Okay.
Or you get a knockdown. I don't know if it's hard or soft, but
Right.
like we said, it doesn't.
Doesn't really matter.
Yeah, it doesn't functionally matter a whole lot.
Yeah.
And then 10 is always
This fatal counter?
yeah, this should be. Oh no, this is the DP route. Never mind. That's weird that they put that there for him. I guess they don't give you. Do they not give you? There we go. Okay. So his is the level 2 one. Usually number 10 is the DP punish, but the second one is usually like a good DP punish. And you don't need to do this exact route every time, but like there's a good basis for like for you to start looking at stuff, even if you can't necessarily do that right away. You go, oh, 5C crouching, 5C 2D.
Right. Because that was off counter hit, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And there
Okay.
you go. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that was pretty much the combo you were talking about, where you did the 6B and then you did the
Yeah.
slash move. And
That
then
is
dashed
a
up with
large part
crouch
of like
B.
his higher level combo theory. So that's like you want that, and then you want an anti-air one, obviously, which is usually
Right.
just going to be your basic air route. So, actually, you know what's a good? I've been learning Relius lately, so I can talk to you about how I approached this with him.
Okay.
Where I was like, I need these 4 combos.
Okay.
I'm gonna do it on Ragnar really quick. So I wanted a basic thing that I could do off of all of my confirms when I didn't have the doll summon. We're not going to get into Relius specific stuff, and it was just. And I do that every time I hit anybody. And then, so there we go. I get a knockdown, I get a run up, I get a Duoki.
That's like your basic, like, hit him mid-screen.
Yep.
Okay.
And then if I need my throw combo is. really easy. Like, again, not something that's particularly hard. It took me like a day to get that. Well, not a day. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
We want.
And then you have the anti-air, right?
I'm gonna do the fatal counter first,
Oh,
or
fatal
like
counter.
the DP punish. So I just do. And you're seeing it's like the same combo.
It's similar route, yeah.
Yeah, except I'm just and then
But yeah, now you got him in the air with that one.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
And then an anti-air. So let's set him to jumping and no counter hits. Oh, I actually don't want it. Whoops. And that's it.
Simple route, yeah.
I will beat people with just that. Like, I do not need more. Like,
Right.
obviously, the more stuff I do, the better I get with a character. But, like, I can beat players at my level with just those 4 combos.
Right, like you've established, because you have a combo for all the different scenarios.
Yep. And
which, even if it's not, like, optimal damage, like, you're still getting okay
yeah.
at least.
And none of those are hard. It would take, like, even a very beginner player, it's just about building the muscle memory. I don't think, like, if you, coming from other fighting games, I think this would take you, like, 10 minutes to learn all of these, honestly, because just there's no timing on any of this. You just hit the buttons, and then
you just go for it. Yeah.
Yeah, and then other than that, it's just situation recognition. So we wanted.
This is kind of a really specific question, but how does he control the
she's
doll?
on drive, so all of her specials are Relius Axe. So, like, if I summon the doll, you see him have to do something, so he's got some time where he can't do stuff.
So
but all of her normals, he can summon her and unsummon her. While she's out, he's completely independent of these normals.
Okay, so it's just the specials that he's dependent.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he gets to, like, totally... You get to do some special routes there and stuff.
Right.
Like, and then, I mean, this is the most fucked up thing I've ever seen. That's all airtight. You get to run, like, 8 mix-ups during that. It's insane.
Oh, dang.
I can just do high-lows for this whole time, and then you can
Jesus,
do, like...
it's still going?
then you can do... Yeah.
How long is that? It's like 4 seconds?
Yeah,
like 5
it lasts...
seconds?
You get to run, I think, like, something like 8 mix-ups, and then it's all airtight, and if you hit any of them, she confirms the combo for you.
Oh, my God. Can you, like... what do you call it? Not negative. What's the on-block counter reversal?
Counter assault? Here, I want to show you what happens in the... It's here. Counter assault... Oh, woo. That's not what we want. So block this super and then counter assault me.
Oh, she just keeps going.
She does not care, and I get a full combo off of it.
So it's uncounter assaultable.
Yeah. It actually, you can use it to bait counter assaults. It's even better than that. Like if you block this button, like block this and then counter assault.
And she's just going in.
She's just going. Baits burst too, same way.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway,
okay.
I had to talk about how messed up.
No, for sure. No, Relius is actually kind of sick. I was actually considering playing him.
He's pretty dope. He's not crazy hard. I think the way to think about his doll, she's more like a DBZ assist than she is like a doll.
Okay, so you think he wouldn't be like a terribly hard character to start with?
There's a lot to think about if you're not coming from a puppet character necessarily. Like so, let me actually talk about characters that I think are really good for like relatively straightforward and easy.
Okay.
So there's 3 of them that I think are a little weak, so I have to put an asterisk there, and it is Terami, Noelle, and shoot, what's the last one? Celica. Terami, Noelle, and Celica are all very easy, but they're also like kind of weak. Like Terami's definitely playable. We have like top level Terami players.
Right.
Noelle is like bottom 5, and Celica is like bottom 5
Okay.
too. But this is a game where like I think the only character that you like straight up could not take to a tournament is New 13.
She like bottom 1?
Yeah, she's really close. She's just got some like pretty close to unwinnable matchups. This game is pretty rude to her. But yeah, easy characters that are like on the stronger end or like not on the weaker end. Ragna, great first pick. A lot of people will say Jin. I think again because of the crouch confirm stuff. And the difficulty of some of the execution for him to even get out of like baby damage. He's like really easy day 1, and then day 2 he gets a little bit too hard.
Like when you try to optimize him, his stuff gets too hard type of thing.
Yeah, for a new player.
Okay.
Hibiki, very easy character, very strong. My character Tsubaki I think is great for beginners. Azrael, I think a good beginner character. He's a little bit different than some of the other characters. He doesn't have a run. He has a step dash like Slayer, and he's got delay gatlings, which is a little bit different than the rest of the experience, but I don't think any of it's particularly hard. Mai and S are both very powerful, like both top 10, very easy characters. Susanoo, I think, is a pretty easy character for beginners. I picked up a Susanoo in like one day, and I was playing him for a while, and he's fun.
Yeah, he's kind of like... He looks like Hakuman. Are they like lore-wise related?
Yeah, it's. Oh God, I don't.
We don't. I'm not. This is not a lore
It's
test.
the
I'm not
same
actually trying to
suit.
test you.
It's
Okay.
the same suit. There's a lot of. It's Listen, 5 characters in this cast are all Noel, so don't worry about it.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, those are pretty easy characters for beginners. I think Hakuman's not too bad. He's all links, but they're not like crazy hard ones. Again, there's a 5-frame buffer in this game. And then I think those are all of the and Bullet. But she's a little bit on the weaker side, even though Tuito kicks my ass with her every week.
Okay. Okay. I might try Ragna then. If he's just like because the main reason I wanted to pick Jin was because I thought he was simple.
Okay.
So I might end up trying Ragna when I play the game.
Okay. What do you like? What are you looking for specifically? Because that might help me recommend. Like, what do you?
For me specifically, I mean, I usually like learning a game with really simple characters,
Okay.
and then like from there, I'll usually just find the character I want to play, which is usually just who I think is the coolest. Like from the characters I've seen, like Relius seemed the coolest to me.
Relius
So
is very
I was, but I thought he would be a bad character to start with.
He's not. There's a lot to think about with him. I think the only reason that he's hard, like, I have a really easy time with him because I know how to play Blazblue already.
Yeah.
But there's a lot to learn with him when you don't already know how to play Blazblue.
Right.
And, but I don't think that he's like super hard. I think he's like a pretty easy character to jump into. I think some characters that I would specifically warn people about playing a little bit. Arakune is one of those characters where like if you cannot do a full curse combo off of every touch, you kind of just aren't playing the character at all, and that's
Right.
not necessarily easy.
Yeah, like his curse mechanic is like so like vital.
His level of like base execution to play the character is like a substantially higher than like a lot of other ones where you can just kind of do stuff and then like
It'll
go
just
down.
work. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
He has a lot of really unintuitive things, and that's not to say like if you are dedicated to playing Arakune, Sage M always says play the character you want to play.
Yeah.
And I mean we have one of the best Arakunes in the country here, local in Boston, and he
Mm.
always loves to talk about Arakune. So, but yeah, I think those are good characters. 9 also not crazy hard. I mean Sage M's been picking her up.
Yeah. I saw that.
Yeah. And she's very good.
Yeah,
She's a very strong character.
her mechanics like seem really cool.
I guess this is where I air my grievances. I don't think the stock mechanic is as interesting as it ends
don't?
up being because she can reverse beat. You just
Yeah.
pick the spell that you want as the ender. So she has 3 spells that you see and 17 that you don't.
Oh, okay. So like most of them aren't as optimal.
Yeah, there's just a lot of
okay.
time. You like a lot of times just I shouldn't say 3, but like there are some that you very rarely ever see. They're very niche. She's like a lot of people will compare her to Invoker, including me. But I don't think she functionally works like him a lot because of how freeform her Gatlings are.
Yeah.
She does kind of get to pick and choose a lot.
Okay. So based on what you said, I think I might day one go Ragna and then try Relius. The other character I thought was cool is who's that character right to the right? Yeah, this character.
This guy, Jubei?
Jubei.
Jubei is actually one of the characters I know the least about because he's also the newest.
Oh, is he a new character?
He is. Well, he's not new, but he's the newest. So he's only 4
Oh,
years
okay.
old.
Oh, 4 years. Yeah, that's new in Blazblue
Yeah,
terms.
and he's well, everyone else is at least 5 years.
Right.
But he's also one of the least developed, even though we do have a top Elion player, or sorry, a top Jubei player, Elion, in the United States. But he's like, there's not like a ton for him comparative to a lot of other characters. Everyone thought this happened to Susanoo too. He came out and everyone's like, this character sucks.
Yeah.
And then one top player they were like, oh wait, never mind, we just didn't put in the work.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's really not like a bad pick on this cast other than 13's like kind of a bummer.
Okay.
But the power level in this game is pretty good. Our top tiers are kind of fucked up, that gets talked about a lot. But they're not like, even Izanami isn't like, you can play the game with her with most characters.
I think I saw this character. Isn't she the one with flight?
She has float. It's a
Float,
little bit
okay.
different. Because she doesn't actually she just like walks at like a higher level basically. It's like weird.
Yeah.
Because she gets to do her standing normals, like her grounded normals in the air.
Oh, okay. Are they like overhead stuff?
No, every button she has while she's floating is a mid, thank God.
Okay.
But she does get to do unfloat and fuzzies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's got some wild shit. But anyway, that's like, you can't go too wrong with anyone in the cast, but that's my general list of like pretty beginner-friendly characters, both executionally and you could do the one Susan combo that you need to know. I was like, I taught a bunch of people how to play Susanoo over the pandemic online. And you just do, it's 5B, 5C, 5D, 2D, guard crush, 6B, 6C, 6D, and then you unlock, I have him set to a thing that actually makes this not work, but. And then you get the only seal that you ever need to worry about and then boom, you get 3.5k.
Yeah, that was
it
a
works
lot.
off of your poke at literally every possible range with your extremely good poke.
Yeah, that seems pretty good.
Yeah, it's
Does he have a DP?
He has to unlock it because he has to unlock all of his specials.
Oh, okay. Susanoo specific stuff.
It's that second one right there.
Oh, so now he has a DP.
Yep.
What happens if you use it? Does it go away?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
He gets it unlocked for the match. He's the only character who gets like permanent upgrades, other than Jubei, who has a permanent install super.
That's actually pretty cool. Like, so like as the match goes on, he unlocks more moves.
Yep. He's
That's
a
pretty
very
sick.
scary snowball character. And his buttons are fundamentally pretty good. And he's a really... So we were talking earlier, and we should probably talk about offense. I was talking about how being plus doesn't matter in this game.
Yeah.
There are a couple of characters who do need to be plus, and it's the characters that don't have runs. Susanoo has this little run startup here, which is unique to him. No one else has this. Everyone else either can or can't run. He's the only one who can kind of run.
So you're not. That's more of a dash, though, right? Like you're not. Oh, you can keep it going.
Yeah.
So his run has startup basically.
Yeah, he's got a startup on his run. It's a big deal.
Okay.
But he gets to be plus a lot. I think, yeah, you're in. Can you block for me?
Yep.
Oh, that's not the one. That is +4.
But you had to run first.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
That is +4. This is one of the things. Susanoo is a big noob killer because he's got
Yeah.
a lot of really fast overheads,
Oh yeah.
and he can do them together. If you stand block, that'll fuzzy you.
So you can do 2 overheads in a row.
Yep.
Like one. Oh, I didn't block the second one.
And you can even do a third one sometimes because he has a special. The fourth one there is the wheel.
Oh,
which
he
is
unlocks another overhead.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm not blocking that.
Yeah. Well, he only has 2 lows, and it's this and this, which
Okay.
are not good for him to make you block. So, but he's a noob killer a lot because a lot of people just cannot beat this sequence. And if you get hit by either of these buttons, you take a bajillion damage.
So I mean, in this, so it's plus, right? So.
If you IB it, it goes down to -1.
Oh, okay. You have to IB it.
So
Do I have
the
to
sec-
IB that second hit?
Yes, but it's a consistent timing. He cannot delay that second hit.
Okay.
He can do stuff like cancel it into this low.
Okay.
So he can
Can you
do
cancel
like,
the first hit?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But I mean, the -13 low. Or whatever.
Yeah. Okay. So you have to IB that?
You have to IB it. So against Susan, if you want to play the game, yeah, you kind of do.
Okay.
You want to IB this. This is actually a really good, like, you're going to run into a lot of Susanoo at day one. So
Yeah.
and you do need to be able to deal with this sequence. And if you IB it, you are actually still not plus.
What? I thought you said he's -1.
He's +1. He's only +1.
Oh. But it pushes back.
Well, you don't want to.
Well, I just did FD
if you
barrier.
Do, if you do
I did
FD
IB
though,
barrier.
watch what happens when you FD it. Because you get the extra frame now.
Oh,
when you
yeah.
Block again. Sorry, I'm +2. So,
Okay.
I get to do my 8-frame poke.
Right.
The real thing that you want to do, and this should be your layer 1 dealing with this situation. You want to IB the second hit and then jump forward.
Okay.
Because I have to.
It's pretty easy to IB.
Yeah. It's really not difficult to do on a reaction, but you do have to be ready for it. And it means that if he doesn't go for that 2A, you get to hit him. So like if you don't do the jump here, let's say I try to catch your jump, right? Well, there you didn't IB, so that. So the 5B won't work either. So let's say I'm gonna call it out. Anti-air. Hit 2A now.
Right.
And then you get a combo off of that. So that is like the layer 1 for this character. And
But
this is
if I try to IB it and you go 2B, right? That
That's
beats
2A.
2A.
Yeah, he's got a 7-frame button.
Oh, I meant like, can't you cancel the first hit into
Oh, I can do it in 3C.
like that? Okay.
Yeah, so just block the second hit crouching.
Okay.
Or like
Oh wait,
second hit
I can
crouching.
IB it crouching?
Yeah.
So even if you, I IB'd that too.
Yeah.
But not the second hit of that.
Which isn't
It's
super
punishable
important.
either way. Okay.
It's special cancelable, but the sequence that you'll see a lot is they'll do that, and that's -3, which means that it's your turn, or if you IB it, you get a punish.
Okay. So the IBing is crazy.
IB is
it's
really
crazy.
important sometimes. Like it is the difference in a lot of situations between starting your turn and getting a punish. Also, you have a DP, you can enforce that. If you block and you're like, if you think I'm gonna 2A here, you DP me. Also, that's like the second best DP in the game. That one's
Is it?
He's got a really good DP. It is huge. It is the fastest a meterless DP in this game can be. It hits on both sides of him. So like if I try to IAD over you,
Okay.
or I should do it from closer.
Oh, it didn't come out.
Yeah, you got it. Actually, okay, wait. Let's do it in the corner. So if I try to jump over you, it'll still hit me,
Right.
which doesn't work with a lot of other DPs. A lot of other DPs you can bait by jumping over them in the corner, but yours
Right.
does
It
not.
still hit. Yeah.
Yeah, and you can rapid the first hit of it and be on the ground.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah, so Ragnar's got a pretty good DP.
Does he have a fireball?
Kinda. He's got 214D. He doesn't really. He's more of a rushdown character.
Okay.
Also, DDP doesn't have invuln. Watch out for that.
What doesn't?
DDP.
Oh, that one.
That does not have invuln. It
It's
has
like combo
head
filler?
invuln. Yeah, it's changed a lot. You don't see it a ton.
Okay.
It's like I think OD combo filler.
Hmm.
But
So
yeah.
Susanoo seems like a character that like is strong until you learn how to beat him.
He's still. I mean, we still have two. Like the Boston Blue Beat Online has been dominated by Adroth and Ice School for a really long time.
The
So he's
Susanoos?
still a good character at a higher level, but he's definitely disproportionately good against new players.
Yeah, I feel like watching he actually does seem really good beginner because it seems like his strategies, I mean, from what I'm seeing, is like can be simple.
Yeah, he gets to play a really simple game. That's also like part of that's the reason I don't recommend Relius. I don't think Relius is even like his mid-level execution is particularly difficult. I think that he's just not. His game plan is a little bit more complex
Because of the doll.
than a character like Ragna or Susanoo.
Okay. No, for sure. I could see myself like, because early on, like I feel like you kind of want to like sometimes you have to just make yourself feel a little bit better about yourself.
Yeah.
Like early on, like, you don't want to just lose every single game. Susanoo seems like a good character to get wins early on.
Susanoo is like not a bad character to learn like with pretty early too, because he also shows you. I mean, worst case scenario, you'll figure out how to fight Susanoo pretty fast. You'll figure
Yeah.
out how to not get hit by stuff.
Yeah.
But we're gonna talk about how like general offense is structured, because Susanoo getting a button that moves him really far forward and his +4 is very, very unique to him. That is not like a thing that characters.
But that goes into like so we'd already talked about IB, so that's where we were talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, you gotta implement those defensive
Yeah.
mechanics.
So the big thing about this game is that being plus doesn't matter, because most of the way that you hit people is by threatening frame traps. So I can do like I'm gonna do 5A 5A, and then I can run up and do 5A, and my 5A is -1. So you can mash out, but I can also do.
You delay B.
I didn't even do delay B. That's just. I guess I do delay B. Yeah. And then
Is that Gatling?
Yep. I'm just
Okay.
doing it. I'm just delaying the Gatling timing. And then like those are all staggers. If you mashed anywhere in there, you got hit.
Okay.
And so any of those, I can like. This is -1. This is -5 actually, but I can do this and it's -1. But you're not going to react to me not doing those. Is the big thing. Like if you wait to see if I'm hitting 5B, you're not going to get this other. Like you're not going to get the punish. So I get to put this behind it. Actually, that one I literally too long. So there's no like reacting to the frame traps.
Right.
So you do have to make like a call out on people resetting their pressure. Otherwise, I get to do stuff like.
You're just doing that forever.
This is -1. If you try to react to me not going in with like this.
Right. You're using some sort of cancel move. Is that what you're doing?
This is just like a Subaki thing.
A Tsubaki thing,
I
yeah.
could do it without it. Instead of -5, I'm -1.
So like you said, it's like this, and then I could do something like that, or I could do like that.
Yeah. The big Ragna's got that. His 5B is really good. His 5B is like his big
That
button.
one?
Yeah. So like if I'm barriering you out, you can and then you can threaten the frame trap with 5B, and then if anything other than those A's hit me, it's like pretty scary. So you could go in and reassert pressure. You can't do this, but I can jump cancel this. So I can go like I can do that. And like you can your anti-air is 6A now that you're Ragna. So it's
That?
Yep, there it is. That uppercut. So if I do like you can anti-air on your own reaction, but if I'm like going in with stuff like that,
Yeah,
and
I'm
then
waiting
you're
for the
not-
jump, and then it's harder for me to react.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you were already mixing
and then
it up.
I'm doing all of that, and you get hit by the throws. And every
Yeah.
character has a standing overhead. Ragna's is 6B. So you can do all this
Can I
other
Gatling?
stuff. Yep, I think you can do it off of 2A only. I don't know.
Or can I
Ragna's
Gatling
scale.
after it? Or no?
I think it's 6D you do. And the 6D is plus on block.
Oh, really?
It's jump cancelable on block too. So like.
What? Yep.
You can also hit JD after you do it. So.
Is that overhead?
Yep.
Whoa.
And then you get into 6D empty jump low.
60.
And then you just do 6D and then you land to do 2B.
Like that?
Yeah. And then
that seems like a long time before I can do B though.
Yeah, but if I'm waiting for like a JD or something, like if I do like, I can react to it, but like it will get people when they're thinking about other stuff.
Yeah.
And you can also do 6D nothing.
Right.
And then, but then the problem is, do we run up and do 6D?
You just hit OD?
Yep, and then you die.
Well, can you do that on reaction?
Yes. Now that we have rollback, you can.
Now that you have rollback. Yeah, because it seems like it's so important. Like I feel like reactions seem like super important in this game.
They can be. There are a lot of ways to mitigate it. Like, I don't have to react to your 6D with OD. So one of the things that's nice about Blazblue is there's so much stuff. There's more than one way to solve any problem. So,
right.
like, just run up and do, like, 2A, 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 6D. Oh, well. But then, like, you can't JD me from that space. Like.
Right, I can't get in after.
I'm out, yeah.
I mean, I could technically do, like, could I? Oh, I can't jump cancel it and then IAD?
You can't IAD cancel, so you have to jump and then air dash. Oh, he's off the ground, so it's your first air action.
Oh, wait, can I just air dash cancel it? No, I can't. So that's just, I only get a jump.
Yep.
Okay, because it uses an air action.
Yes.
Okay.
Because if you're off the ground, it's your first air action.
Okay.
You could RC it and air dash.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
But you already get an overhead there, so there's usually not a lot of reasons to do that. But there's some basic stuff you can run up. You can do 2A, 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 6D.
That?
And then you can also do 2A, 2A, 2A run up throw. And if I try to hard tech that and you do 6D, so do 2A, 2A.
Counter hit, or I could do that.
Yep.
Right.
Also.
And then boom, boom.
Yep.
Okay. You
And
just OD punish. I feel like the mental stack seems out of control.
That's kind of what this game is. It's a lot of like everything is like kind of reactable, and it's about figuring out how you're going to open your opponent up.
Yeah.
Let you play one of the fucked up characters you can do on reactable shit all day.
Yeah, like can't Valkenheim do shit like that?
Valkenheim is all 50-50s, but his trade-off is that he doesn't do any damage.
Oh, okay.
He does like the least damage on average of any character in the cast. The real messed up ones are like Rachel, who can actually do like, once she gets you to the corner, she can do like 15 50-50s in a row, and they all do 6K.
Yeah.
But executionally, Rachel is very difficult to play at that level.
Yeah.
Which is why we're lucky that we have one in this region.
Yeah.
Who also does commentary, Photon.
Yeah, that's awesome.
He also has 214B.
That?
Gauntlet Hades, the classic unreactable net play overhead.
Oh, that's overhead?
Yep, and it's a special cancel too. So you can do 5B right into it from any range.
Uh-oh. Ragnar players on rollback are in trouble.
Yeah.
Because that looks super reactable offline.
I played a first to 50. You'd be surprised. I played a first to 50 with Nachos, who's a Canadian Ragnar player on netplay this week. I got hit by every single one of those.
It's still hard, yeah.
It's still very hard because the real thing about it is you can cancel from any button because it's a special cancel. So it's not like 6B where I can more comfortably react to 6B because it can only come after an A button.
Oh, that's a good point. So I can't do 2B. Oh, no, I can.
Oh, okay. I think it's 5B you can't.
Interesting. So I can't do it off 5. I can do it off 2B, interestingly enough.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but you know, right? Because you can see, okay, it has to be this this move or this move. And if you see those two moves, you know, okay, he could overhead here, and then you can react OD.
I can look for the overhead specifically.
Right.
I can even just block. Like blocking's not.
Or you can just block it. Yeah.
Or I can mash actually. If I have the read, you can mash out of most overheads.
Right. And if can you mash again? So after you block.
Yep. That was airtight.
Right. So that's what I'm saying is it accounts for both in that situation.
Yep.
So that's kind of like part of the mix-up, right? Like, so we're talking about like layering our defense, right? Like with the different types of text, the block OSs, and like stuff like that. To layer offense, like you said, the best way to do it is with these staggers.
Yeah.
Kind of, right?
You will, like, day one, you'll go out and you'll walk out and you'll hit people with Gauntlet Hades 100% of the time.
Right.
Once you start getting into the game more, it's really scary not to do Gauntlet Hades for a long time and then just do it.
Yeah. Okay, so you're saying like the baseline early on is overheads, kind of.
Overheads is like pretty easy. If you want to open up a new player, it's overheads versus did they mash or not.
Yeah.
So you do frame traps, and then when you've conditioned them to block, you go for your overhead.
Right. Right.
That is like the layer 1 of this game.
Yep. And then once you got your overhead, I mean, I'm assuming I can combo off of this or something.
You it has a follow-up. You do 214D afterwards, I think, or is it 214B again?
Let me try it.
Yeah, and then you can pick up
214D.
from that.
Okay. Oh, you get full combo.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So there
You
you
get a
go.
full combo of everything in this game.
So like it seems like with Ragna, like I could just be a neutral and I'll just be like that.
Yep, you can do that. There's no low from that distance, so you're less likely to hit people. But like, so I do my run up overhead, right? And I hit you, and then I get, you know.
Yeah, yours can Gatling.
Yeah. I guess mine's not as well. Your 6B can Gatling.
Can it? Oh yeah. Well, into this.
Yeah,
Right. Right.
which is a
right.
combo.
Right. You're right.
So everyone
Yeah,
gets
do that.
everyone gets Jin is like kind of the exception.
Right.
Which is why his overhead is so
Super
hard to react
fast.
to. Yeah. Hakumen's also. I think. Oops, sorry.
You're good.
I had to- Hakumen has the actual fastest standing overhead in this game.
Faster than Jin.
Yep, by 1 frame. I did this thing again, where Hakumen
There he
is
is.
2 characters behind
Yeah.
Tsubaki. He's got this, which is actually pretty reactable because the startup's pretty big, but like, it is 18 frames, but he gets no combo on regular hit. And then, yep, you get a punish.
Yeah. OD punish.
But yeah, if you get hit by this, he can't do anything on regular hit.
Nothing?
Like, he doesn't have. The only thing he can cancel his overhead into is counter, which is so that when you block it, because he doesn't have any cancel options, he's like -3 or -6 or whatever. Like he's like -3, but if you
Yeah.
IB it, you still can't punish because he cancels it into 2D.
Wait, can we try that? Oh,
you
wait.
delayed it, yeah. Oh, I have to do it.
Oh, I think you have to delay the parry.
Yeah, I don't play Hakumen, so.
Okay. But I get what you're saying.
Wow, I can't do that. Oh, I think. Oh, yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I can. There we go. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have the timing on that, but
Yeah.
that's the general principle.
Okay.
Yeah, they will not give Hakumen a situation that he cannot RPS.
Yeah. So like Hakumen is like built around those parries.
He's built around the parries and the threat of the counterplay to the parries. So like, oh, you grab parries, right?
Yeah.
Hakumen has a grab call out that does like 7.2k. So
Oh,
he does
yeah.
wake up TK special, and if you win for a grab, you die. Which, let's talk about that really quick. Run up and grab me.
Oh, because it's counter hit, right?
Yep. Oh, that doesn't work on Ragna specifically. I went for the juicy route, but it doesn't work on Ragna. So, one thing that's worth talking about because it comes up sometimes is a little nitty gritty. The first 2 frames of most moves are cancelable into barrier. You can car cancel them into barrier, which means if you get your throw OD'd through, you might as well just hit barrier and see if you're within the range. Like, I'd have to like.
Wait. I canceled the early frames of throw into it.
Yeah, like the very beginning. So if I OD like right here, you can barrier cancel.
So wait. Let's just say if I whiff it, like, can I just do like? You're saying I can whiff OD?
The first 2 frames of throw can be canceled into barrier, but the animation comes out on frame 1. So if your opponent OD flashes and you had a grab out, you can maybe cancel it into barrier. So you might as well try, because otherwise you're fucked.
Okay. Well, what's the timing if I'm just doing it like right here?
It's not there. We would have to do it in like the same frame. That's the thing. But sometimes it happens.
Oh, like you're saying it has to be at a specific frame?
The first 2 frames of throw can be Kara canceled into barrier.
Like
You're
like
not
that?
gonna do it like during OD specifically. Like only during the OD
Oh,
flash.
okay. Do it. Let's try it.
It'd
So
be-
I'll run up, throw.
Yeah.
And do I just hold barrier? Oh, I just did it.
Yeah, well, that one was, I think, just the run, because you don't see the throw animation yet. There you go. That time you got it, because you pulled your hand back for the throw, and then you
Yeah.
did the barrier.
Okay.
That happens sometimes. You get straight robbed because your opponent goes for their
And
counter hit
that's
punish.
only during when you OD?
Yes.
That's so weird.
It is very weird.
I don't get it.
It's because the game can assume that you accidentally hit throw. It's like kind of nice in that way.
Oh, okay.
It's the same way you can do like a Kara throw, but it only lets you do it during OD for some reason. I don't know. I don't have a good answer for that. I think it's a bad mechanic in the game. It feels like a little bit of an oversight because sometimes the animation can be very obvious, and you're like, oh, I get a punish here, and then your opponent barriers, and you go for your DP punish that's unsafe on block, and then you
Yeah.
get owned.
Right, so you'd almost have to see that it's not the first 2 frames of the
Which
throw,
you
which you
sometimes.
can't.
You
yeah.
usually can. I would just say always go for the punish and then.
Right,
then
like
it
if
happens.
Ragnar already has his arms out, you
Yeah.
can safely assume he can't barrier there. But yeah.
So that's the generalities of that. But that's why I
Cool.
say being plus doesn't super matter in this game because you're mostly threatening to hit another button and then running up.
Okay, cool.
It only matters when things are like really minus. Like if I do like this, if you block, it's like minus 13. You can just like I can do like that, but
Frame trap?
if you block that, then I'm minus 18 with no cancels.
Yeah.
So I like won't do that. Like
Right,
that's, if you are giving your
But if you
opponent-
saw that I blocked that, you could RC it.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then I'm setting 50 meter for
Right.
to not get killed. But yeah, there's very like if you were giving your opponent the opportunity like that, like a lot of people are like, where do I mash? And I'm like, if I could tell you that, I wouldn't be a very good player. Like if there was a part of my pressure string where I was like, you should definitely mash here because I'm always punishable.
Right.
Like I feel like that comes up more in Street Fighter where there's like you hit 3 or 4 buttons and then your pressure is actually over.
Right,
And that does not
exactly.
happen in Blazblue.
Yeah, exactly. Like in Street Fighter, for example, like if I do sweep, like you're just punishable.
which you are in this game. You can punish this on block.
Right. But you can
Yeah.
RC that. You know what I mean?
Well, even with it, but if I don't have 50 meter.
Right, exactly. Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah,
If you
so-
see that you don't have the meter, it's guaranteed.
Yeah. So I don't have the meter here. I have it. You just get you don't get a lot. You have to hit like 5B.
Okay. Oh,
I see the
mistiming
second
it.
one. There we go. You can actually run forward and punish that. It's like
Oh, I did 6B.
that's actually a good one to talk about. If you run up and you want to get a button, if you hit 4B, unless you have a 4B, which very few characters do, you will never get 6B. So you can do run up 4B to make sure that you don't get run up 6B.
Like that?
Yeah. So run up 4B, and then you'll never get 6B on the run up because sometimes that just happens. Like sometimes I get like.
Oh, yeah.
My 6B is this, my 5B is this. I really don't ever want to get run up this button.
Right. It seems like this button seems really good.
It is insanely good. It is 8 frames startup, 8 frames active.
Okay. Like I just chucked this out neutral, it feels like.
Yeah, that's your poke. That's your like main
Yeah.
poke. I would watch out for the charge there though. You want to hit like 5C afterwards.
Like that?
Yep.
And then I can do stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, so I think that makes sense. I think we covered a lot about offensive structure. We covered combo structure, at least in the sense like going over the different options we have, the different combos.
Some characters have like a harder time doing stagger pressure than others. We're playing like 2 of the better stagger pressure characters right now. I have like a bajillion buttons, and you have a lot of really scary cancel points.
And when you say cancel points, you mean like certain, like for example, like what move can I not late cancel? Like it seems like the late cancel window is so long.
Yeah, it's really
I'm just
big in
like
this game.
boom, like
Yeah, I mean like look at how long I can delay this sequence.
yeah,
Versus that can be airtight, or I can.
yeah. I was mashing.
Yeah, that's like forever. Which is also one of the better ways to escape instead of just mashing. Jumping. Jumping's really good to get out of the corner in this game.
Oh, if you're doing a delay.
Yeah.
So do that again.
Yeah, hit me, run up in. Oh, totally missed that. Oh, you did the 3C. Yeah, so there you caught me trying to jump out, but if you try to run in after that, like so do like 5B 5C, like try to reassert afterwards. But if you do 5B 5C 3C there. Or it's 6C that you actually did. But yeah, so the ways to catch jump outs, 4 frame traps, 4 less frame traps, because they won't be able to jump out of them. You'll catch them at a pre-jump.
Yeah.
Or lows, gapless lows.
Okay. So like
So-
this, like the 3C.
Yeah.
Okay. So like I'm doing like boom, 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 bam.
Yeah.
And then the
your
3C would catch if you jump.
One of Ragnar's actually really good ways to reset pressures to whiff a 3C.
So like
So you do that, you get pushed out,
Like
you
that?
hit a 3C, and then you hit 5B.
that.
And if I don't jump, if I'm not ready for that situation,
Is that just like a plus on whiff situation? You mean?
it's one of those things where by the time I've seen that you whiff the button, if I try to react to it by punishing you, then I'm gonna get hit by your 5B.
Yeah.
It's not it
like you
doesn't-
were ready
yeah.
for it right there.
It doesn't work because I know exactly what we're doing, but like I get hit by that all the time.
Yeah.
And then that means that because you've whiffed a button, you've reset your Gatling string.
Mm.
So like sometimes I'll do like, if you block this, my 5BB is shorter than my 5B, so I can do that, and then I reset my Gatlings. If you don't block this, so I get to do 5B again. So I can do 2-2B or barrier this, and then
okay.
because I'm like knowledgeable about the spacing, so otherwise I get 2 pushed
So
out.
like do that again.
Well,
like-
that time you blocked it. Yeah.
Right.
Oh.
See, like, and then if I do it too slow, I'm getting counter hit.
Yeah.
Because like that's a situation where like, oh, I see the whiff, but that was like a quick whiff. Like you just did like a quick normal, and I'm like, oh, I pressed something, but then you were already ready to do your string before like I reacted to it.
Yeah.
It's like human delay time. You know.
Yeah,
what I mean?
exactly.
So
There's
it's
there's definitely something you have to account for. We're like we talk about blocking overheads for reactable stuff, but switching your block is 1 frame. Hitting a button is at least 6 in this game, so you have to factor in your reaction time plus at least
plus the startup.
6.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
like,
especially at that range.
Yeah. So if your move, your whiff, like 3C is like I think minus 30 on whiff for like the full duration or whatever.
9.
Or it might be. I think it's with 3C. I think it might be with 2C. I forget exactly how the Ragnars do it.
3C
No, it's with-
seems.
yeah,
This seems better.
Yeah, it is with 3C.
So if I did like that.
Yeah, that's level 1 Ragnar sequence. That's really strong.
Yeah, because like you're whiffing that, they're like, oh, he whiffed. Nope, just kidding. And then I
Yeah,
hit
and then you hit him with a 5B, and that's an 8-frame button. So
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's another layer of the offense.
So yeah, being plus in this game not crazy relevant. It's really not about the individual numbers of the frames.
Right, and that's like to me that seems like a super like high level type. Like that's almost applicable in most games. Like the idea of being like that's kind of the plus on whiff idea, which that's applicable in a lot of different games. Like for example in Street Fighter, what you'll see a lot is people will walk up, throw whiff, crouching strong, because they try to punish your throw whiff, but then you get counter hit because they're trying. It's the same exact thing as that.
Yeah, this game is kind of just built a little bit more centrally a lot of that because of centrally around that because of the large cancel windows. Because like in Guilty Gear, like Strive right now, it's a lot tighter and you have a lot less options. So there's a lot less of like asserting that dominance, which is I'm a little rusty in that game. All characters get to be plus a lot more.
There are more plus frames.
Yeah. You get to be plus more often because you kind of need that to assert your turn.
Yeah.
But like I don't know if Ragnar has a button that's plus.
Like not a single one.
I don't know if he has a single option that's plus for him.
Right, because the idea is like your plus frames are the fact that I can do these delay gatlings.
Yeah. Like you're not going to be
Or
plus,
I could do like stagger and then throw.
You're not going to be plus without RC basically ever.
Right. Damn, this game's sick.
Yeah, this game is real. This is why we've been playing it for so long.
No, and like I said, for me, like I've always thought the game was cool to watch, but like until I actually like am getting into the mechanics, I'm like, whoa, there's so much stuff you can do that like a lot of it is stuff you don't even notice from like watching people do it. Like I said, like active flow or stuff like. There's no shot like anybody that doesn't know Blazblue would know what's happening with that. You know what I mean? Like, or even the stuff with the different texts and like the IB. Like I didn't even really know IB was a thing in this game. So it's like now I'm realizing like, oh, I'm watching these players like block stuff, and I'm like, wait, they've probably been IBing all this stuff.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's like one of the things you like watch like Fenrich. There's a set with him, and you see him blocking, and he IBs like 15 buttons in a row. He builds 15 meter, and then he blows them up on the counter attack.
Is there certain moves like? Can you take advantage of that? Like this is just random questions. Like if you have a super that has a ton of hits, can you just IB?
Yeah. If you have like if I do like there's actually a really good I'm gonna have to figure out how to do Kokonoe wheel, but it's this was one that comes up like a lot where you can build a lot of free meter. Actually, you know what? I can toot my own horn. I'm gonna talk about a situation that I had in a tournament. That won me a set because I IB'd when I normally didn't. So
show me it. Let's see it.
I'm going to be Rachel. So Rachel has this frog that she throws out called George the 13th, which is, I'm going to have to look up the command list because I've never played this character. George the 13th, okay. So throws out George, and then when he gets to you, he's got all those hits. So every single time she knocks you down, she throws out George, and then this is why delay teching is really good, because if you E-tech into George, and then you get hit, and like she just gets to run mix-ups on you because you get a block for like, she gets to run like 2 mix-ups on you. But if you delay tech through it, he does 1 hit, you tech through the 1 hit, and then he doesn't do the other 5 because you didn't get hit by them. So that's normally what you do. I delay tech through George. And then I had a set where I was playing against Ben, where I had like 45 meter. And I was like, I am not going to survive this mix-up. I need counter-assault. So I E-teched into George, IB'd all 5 hits, got 50 meter, and then counter-assaulted him out. Won the next neutral interaction, won the tournament.
That's sick.
So that's the kind of stuff that's like...
Yeah, and in that situation, you're like, I need to E-tech because I need to eat these hits.
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas I could have delayed hit... Did you say you can dodge all of them or some of them?
Yeah. So if I knock you down and you just like delay tech, that's the wrong one.
Start again, sorry.
You want to do it a little bit later.
Later? Okay.
You got the roll there. That's
Oh, my bad.
I think, okay, I don't know like a real Rachel knockdown, so this might not be the situation.
Yeah, I just
But
got up.
Yeah, you have to do it, like if she gets like a hard knockdown there, and she sets up stuff and she throws down George, if you delay tech through him, if he whiffs the 1 hit,
Oh, then I can do something?
Well, yeah, no, it's more if he whiffs the. Well, it's still her turn.
Yeah.
But like he doesn't lock you down, so she has to be smarter about what she's gonna do.
Okay. I get you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's super sick.
There's like a lot of small stuff like that. Again, it's kind of a knowledge-checking matchup.
Right.
If you have questions about characters, because you're going to play someone that you've never seen before, you're like, what the fuck does that character do?
Right.
Go to the Dustloop Wiki page. I really can't understate how valuable that resource is. It's got all of the frame data for every character's moves. They've all got like nice descriptions, and they've got the pictures. So you have the problem where you're like, holy shit, every time I jumped, Rachel hit this, and I got completely blown up.
Yeah,
And
anti-air.
you go there, and then you see, like, oh, that's her anti-air. It's got guard point. It's not like a regular anti-air. It's got a huge hitbox. It's really fast.
What do you mean when you say guard point?
So, you know how it's armor, basically.
Oh, armor, okay.
It's, yeah. See how it's not actually invuln, you do hit something there?
So, like, it'll absorb that, right?
No, because that's not head. It's head only.
Oh, it's head guard point.
Yeah.
But does it even matter? I guess.
If you do a body move, I don't get to armor it.
Well, right, but I'm saying if it already has head and vuln, why would you even need guard point?
It doesn't have head invuln. It has head guard point instead.
Oh, I
It's
get
actually better than head invuln because it beats safe jumps because they get stuck on it.
Oh, okay. So that makes more sense. It has it instead of head and vuln. It
Yes.
has head guard point.
Yes.
It's very specific.
So let's actually talk about the properties really quick. So there's 3 properties. There's head, body, and foot. Most of your mids are body, most of your lows are foot, and most of your overheads are head. Grounded overheads are sometimes body.
Sorry, like, so if you try to overhead me right here, I could just bam?
Well, if I
'Cause this
tried
would
to,
be
like,
head and vuln, right?
hers, I think hers is, let me see, it's 6B? 4B,
That one?
okay, so,
Right? I mean, I don't know.
no, it's
Okay.
a mid. This one's a body move, but if I, like, if I go for my instant overhead,
Right. Right.
yeah, you get to anti-air me out of that.
Right.
And then, I'm going to go back to Tsubaki, because I know she's got all 3 property invuln types.
And I'm assuming these properties on the dust loop.
Yep, everything's on the dust loop. Generally, though, crouching normals, all foot.
Foot.
Not, low and foot isn't the same thing is the big thing to get across here. Because,
Oh,
like,
okay.
2As are usually not lows, but they are always foot.
Right, like you can block it mid, but it has the foot property?
Yeah, so the big thing that matters for is just invuln. That's the only reason it matters. So, like, this hammer here is foot invuln on frame 4. So if you mash your 2A,
Oh, sorry.
I'll go right over it. And it's not just like, even if your 2A interacts with my hitbox, it still hits you. It's
Right,
not
it's
like
foot
Guilty
invuln.
Gear. I'm not high profiling you.
So is there foot, mid, and head invuln moves?
Foot, body, and head. Yeah, it's just DPs.
Okay.
That's just everything.
Oh, I didn't mean all at once. I meant like, so is there something that body crushes?
Yep. This move right here.
So let's do it.
Okay, so it trades on the last hit. The body invuln runs up the same frame the actives come out. But if
okay.
I do the empowered one, it works every time. So that's body invuln. But if you, so you can stuff, so you can't stuff that with 5A, but you can actually stuff it with the 2A.
Well, I can do this, right?
Yep. And I
Because
get
it's
it out.
not foot invuln.
Yep.
But if I do it again? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So
And
that's crazy.
Yeah. And then,
Okay.
but the hammer though, if you try to stuff that with 2B,
Oh, sorry. That's foot invuln.
yeah.
Okay.
So even though I do it from like out here and you react to it, you're not going to stuff it with the button.
Right. So, I mean, that seems complicated. It's probably not as complicated as it seems.
It's
right?
really not. Basically,
You can kind of judge it almost by the look of it.
yeah.
Almost.
It's you almost always. It's pretty intuitive. Sometimes it's not, and this is why I'd recommend going to Dustloop Wiki. A really good example is Azrael's 3C has foot invuln, and it's this. So if you mash 2A on that, you are going to
Wow.
get ruined.
That has foot invuln in it.
Yes.
It's a foot attack.
Yes.
So, let's do it. Oops.
You got me into my recovery last time.
Oh, it's a hard knockdown. That's why. Yep. Yeah, that's just gonna. So if we're both during startup, like you just win basically.
Yeah. Oh, it's not frame 1 foot invuln.
Okay. So if it's already out there.
Yeah. You're
So
not
it's
gonna-
before it has to be before it's active though, right?
Yeah.
Before it's
like,
active.
It's like
foot
during the
invuln.
startup because this is like 15 frame startup. I think it's like frame like 7 or 8.
Okay, so like
The-
half. So it's essentially like an effectively faster move against man. Already,
Yeah.
But like
But
against
it's-
foot. Yeah.
that's how it comes out. It calls out other foot
Foot invuln.
options.
So yeah, it's especially good against other foot options.
This isn't like a hard and fast rule, but more or less, I think it actually might be. I don't think anything has a 1 property invuln faster than frame 4. So they're not reversals. Like, there are reversals, but you're not going to see...
What about this? For
That's frame 4. Frame 4 head invuln. And that's,
Right. So like, right. So like, if you're like deep, if you're already pressing the button, I can't like the frame before you hit me, like I can't
Yeah.
do it, right?
That's
So
what
like if
you
I'm
find.
like I can't be late on my anti-air basically.
Yeah, but did you see it right there? I hit a button. I went right through you because it's frame 4. Because that is fast. It turns out.
It's still fast, yeah.
And this is me safe jumping you. This is where Rachel's is better. If you had
Right.
Rachel's, I'd be getting stuck on it, and then I would actually just get hit by
But
it.
there should be a point at which you can hit me and counter hit my
Yeah,
my
it's a
6A though,
3-frame
right?
window.
So, right there.
Yeah,
That
there
was
you
it.
go. Yeah.
So but we tried it a bunch of times and it didn't happen.
Yep.
So that
'cause
kind of shows how good
he
it is.
has a really good fast anti-air. The problem is I can make it whiff really easily by like.
Right.
Yeah,
It's,
but
it's
his-
not. It
yeah.
doesn't have good range.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Ragnar's 5A is also like a really good anti-air, as you've been seeing.
This?
Yeah.
Okay.
'Cause it just goes out in front of him. And Azriel's got a really good 5A anti-air too. This character's all anti-airs.
Yep.
And then his actual head invuln one is that.
Oh, that's counter. And do you get
You get a combo of all of these. They're all jump
right,
catchable.
right? And you would only get, for example, like there's no like fatal counter doesn't like pop up, right? For example, like let's say like I'm just comparing it to like, games like Street Fighter or Guilty Gear. Like, you know, for example, on a certain counter hit, a move might like bam send you flying through the sky. That's not a thing really here. It just gives you more frame advantage.
No, they'll do some moves. It's actually not limited to fatal. Some moves have drastically different counter hits.
Okay.
So like, I'm just gonna hit you with 6C really quick. But now hold AB. I get a wall bounce.
Well, so, yep, that's exactly what I was talking about. Yep, so it
Yeah.
does have that.
Yeah,
This character is specific.
It is move specific. You want to do it
Okay.
sometimes. Usually it's like there are a couple of moves where it's bad for you. Actually, here's a really good example of a way to deal with that because Relius has this exact problem where his anti-air on counter hit pops you up really high. So jump in on me and don't hit a button. And then jump in on me and hit a button this time.
Sorry. Oh, it can mess it up, you're saying?
Yeah. But the way that Relius gets around it is that if he actually anti-airs you, he can whiff the regular
Oh, and do it again?
confirm and then land and confirm
Yeah, do it
it.
again.
Yeah.
That's sick. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's actually.
Well, did you react to the counter there?
I don't.
Or
I
you
think-
can just do
yeah.
your normal route. You saw that it was a counter, and you're like, I'll pick it up anyways.
Yeah, and I whiff
Okay.
the 5B, and then if I don't, like if you just jump in and do the normal thing, and I can react to the 5B hitting, like that I can react. By the time the 5B hits you, I can react to counter hit or not.
So what about like? Does it affect Ragna at all? No, right? Probably. I don't think it probably doesn't change if I hit you with this.
It does. No, I don't know if his works too differently.
Okay.
Some characters have unreactable counter hit stuff. Like if we go back to Azriel, Azriel's 6B. So just jump in and don't.
Oh, somebody asked in chat, what is the difference between counter hit and fatal?
Fatal adds. Fatal applies the counter hit bonus hit stun to every single move in the combo.
To every single move in the combo, right?
And
so
it's just based off of the move that you start with. There's
Right.
no, like, you can't get a fatal combo with a move that doesn't have the fatal property.
Exactly. So the move has to have the fatal property. If you get a normal counter hit, the extra hit stun is only for that one move. If you
Yep.
get a fatal counter hit, the whole entire chain has better hit stun.
Yep.
That's a cool way of putting it. So that I'm assuming the fatal counter hit like completely changes the combos.
You do get a lot of fatal specific combos.
Yeah.
Tager's got one.
Do they apply to? Is there a fatal counter anti-air specific combo? Is that a thing?
I don't know who has a fatal counter anti-air, but like I mean.
Or is that not a thing? I
Yeah.
don't know.
Let me just give you like an example of a fatal only combo. So, I'm gonna just turn you off and then.
Yeah, you do your thing.
Counter hit. So right here, I gotta set the dummy not to block. So that fatals. So you can do these JCJD loops.
Oh god. Because the fatal counter.
Yes. So if
So
I
normally
get,
that wouldn't link.
So even if I get a counter hit, and I get into that same route, so let me.
Like a non-fatal counter.
Yeah, this one's actually. Yeah. So if I do, I'll just set him to jump to make this a little bit easier. So even if I hit him with like, I can do counter hit JCJD on counter hit, but now that second one doesn't work because I don't have a fatal.
Right. Right. So yeah. So like that's like what you said. Like everything gets an extra counter hit or extra hit
Yeah.
stun.
Also, oh, we should talk about crouching. Really
Crouching.
quick.
Okay.
Because crouching just also adds a little bit of extra hit stun.
Said Tsubaki 3cc technically can anti-air people if you dream hard enough.
Tsubaki 3cc is actually a really good anti-air.
Is it?
Because the
Is that a
second-
fatal counter?
No. Well, actually, yes, it is.
Okay.
Sorry. The second hit is frame 1 head invuln.
frame. Oh, the second hit.
The second hit is frame 1 head.
So you have to anti-air with the second hit.
Yeah.
So that seems like
you don't use it as an anti-air a lot. You do 3C, you see that they're above you, and then you anti-air.
Right. It seems like accidental almost, like maybe an accidental anti-air. Or no, you do the first hit, you see they're above, then you cancel into the second hit as an anti-air. Ooh, okay.
So you do see that a lot. It is pretty strong, and she gets the fatal on this one doesn't matter too much. It gives you, I mean, you get to do. Let's see if I can do this first try. You get a really stylish combo. That builds half a stock. You get to do some whack stuff.
Yeah.
You don't get much more damage. It's like 200 more damage than the non-counter hit route.
Yeah.
But you get to do all the stylish stuff.
Oh, cool. Awesome. You said you wanted to talk about crouch?
Yeah, okay. So crouching in this game adds a little bit of extra hit stun. And that's it.
Crouch-specific combos?
Yeah, so usually in this game, they're pretty nice about letting you confirm them. So my normal Tsubaki B&B with no stocks, I get to do like this or something. Or at max range, let's say. I can only do this at this spacing.
Okay.
But if I see that you're crouching, I can actually, I can get that knife link. And then I get a full.
But you confirmed that after what, the third move in the chain?
Yeah. Look at how much time I get to do this, and you can even stagger these a little bit.
So that move right there.
Yeah.
That fourth move was the one that's crouch specific.
Yeah. Oh, he's crouching, and then you just
get
it.
So you just change your route, like.
Yeah.
That's one thing I'm noticing in this game. Like this game is a game where you always have to have your eyes open.
Yeah.
You gotta have your eyes open.
It is pretty generous though. Again, you get large cancel windows. The Yatlings are very fast and like easy to do. Azrael's got one too. That comes up a lot for him. And you only get 2 hits, but I mean like, those are some long hits.
Yeah.
Like it's this third one right here.
The two C.
The 3C.
Oh, 3C. Yeah. Forgetting. Yeah.
But like I don't know. I don't.
So that one's a bit tougher because that's a 2-hit confirmed.
Yeah. I don't consider myself someone who's really good at stuff like that. I was able to get that almost every time when I mained Azrael for like 2 years. Like,
okay. Oh, you were used to be an Azrael main.
Yeah, I was an Azrael main. I got top 8 at Frosty Falcons with Azrael actually.
Oh, that's dope. Oh yeah, that's right. I think when I was like watching a little bit of Blazblue videos, I saw you. I was just like randomly looking up Blazblue videos to see who I wanted to play. I was like, wait, that's Spencer.
Yeah. There's like our scene also has Nick is one of the most religious like recorders and uploaders of stuff. So like a lot of the footage that you'll find is actually of our scene.
Oh, nice, awesome.
Yeah.
Sweet.
But yeah, the crouch confirms in this game, like it's very rarely like one hit. A lot of the one hits like confirm stuff is counter hit stuff.
Right, but this adds layers too, right? Because let's say, we're bringing it back to the offensive strategy. We're talking about like frame traps, and if we're seeing like, okay, like I'm trying to like piece together this in my mind, but you're doing an offensive block string and you're thinking, okay, I did like he's gonna be crouch blocking and like potentially reacting to the overhead, and if someone's gonna be like, if you're doing a frame trap, let's say you do like a delayed B. And like you can't confirm whether that delayed B hit, but you can say, I think this will hit, and then you go into the 3C because you're like, well, if this does hit, he'll probably be crouching. And
it also works on counter hit, so it actually is like
right.
Yeah. So there's actually one a good example of that is, I mean, you get my favorite footsies Tsubaki thing, which is 5B 6C confirms on counter hit only, and you get like a really good combo. It's not work on crouching.
Right there.
So that doesn't work. But if I do counter hit. You do not have time to confirm that. You have to hit that 6C before the 5B hits. But if we're like, we're playing footsies and I'm like, oh, I'm going to get this poke here. And I think if I'm poking you, you're going to hit a button. Like I have that read.
Right.
I get my full counter hit confirmed.
And is it a frame trap on block?
No, it's terrible on block. That's why it's a read.
So like I can interrupt you between the 2 hits?
You can't, or you can. You'll get frame trapped. But if you block the 6C,
like punishable,
I'm in trouble.
Okay. I get like 5B.
Yeah, it's a bad spot for me. I can cancel it, but my cancel options are all like pretty bad. Like it's not something that I want to happen.
Okay.
I don't want you to block 6C. I want you to get hit by it. But like, so that is why it's like kind of a read. But you do get to play stuff like that. And like, I mean, if you have the stuff going on, and I make this like, I have done this to my roommate where we're playing out, and then I do the footsies read, and then
the boom.
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna, and then I get to do a DP punish, basically, on our neutral interaction. You just die.
Jesus. What was that, like 70, like 65% there?
It was 55, it was 5,500 damage, so 55% of Ragnar's health, but I did that for 2 stocks and 50 meter, which is not particularly expensive, just because I made a good neutral read.
Right, and like you said, like, you had 50 meter, so you could react and RC it.
Yeah, so.
Especially, like, if you need a comeback or something like that.
Yep. It's really good. Like if you have a good control over like the footsie spacing game. Like there's a lot of stuff from other characters. One thing I like about Blazblue is that you could, when people play it, you can tell what their other games are.
Be based on their playstyle.
Yeah, I see people who play like a really strong air-to-air game that I can't even touch, and then on the ground,
multiplayers.
yeah, and then they're multiplayers. And then there's some people who play on the ground and they'll counterpoke the shit out of me, and I'm like, Street Fighter players, all right.
That's why like me seeing this 5B, like I'm instantly like I like this character. Like this is like a Street Fighter button.
Yeah, he's got a really nice like, and his anti-air is really strong too. So like Onikage plays like a Street Fighter player because he just does like a lot of like really smart like.
Yeah, Ragna seems kind of Street Fighter-y.
Yeah. He's definitely like good for that kind of play style.
Yeah.
And then like I'll see people who will just do really nasty resets and block stuff. I don't even know how they block, and those are the Skullgirls players.
Right. Does Ragna have crouch confirms, or is he not?
Yes, actually, he gets I believe 5C, 5B, 5C, 6C. That's crouch.
Okay, so now do stand. Yep, no combo.
Yeah,
Yep.
and you get to do that into I think Blood Scythe.
That's sick.
What is the Blood Scythe?
So like, but like, again, when we're talking about like the mental stack, like I do. Let's say I'm in neutral. I'm assuming I'm in neutral. I do what 5E, 6E as a like run up poke.
5B, 5C. Yeah, that's
okay. Because the mental stack, right? I have to see so block. I have to see if you're blocking. If you're blocking, I can then do maybe delayed frame trap. If I hit you, I have to see whether or not I hit you standing or crouching. Yep. I mean, but then like, again, like I said, that's where the mental stack comes in. Like I have to pay attention to all three of those things.
Yes, there's a lot of small things, and like you get a lot of player expression through what specifically you are paying attention to. I'm a guy who always gets my crouch confirmed because it's the thing I'm looking for a lot.
Right. It also depends on the reward of the character. Like I don't know how good his reward is or how good ours
that is
reward
a big damage increase. Like you at like a far range 5B 5C, like from here, if you do that, I have to not block. You might not. So you can do it's 214D, I think.
That? Or is it backwards?
Wait.
That?
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Oh, whoa, that's a cool move. What is
so
that?
I think that combo's off of 3C.
So, bam.
And then you can run up and you pick that up with 2B. And
that's kind of sick.
Yeah. But like, so at this range, like from this spacing here.
Yeah, right. Like in neutral, it's like a neutral reward.
You won't get any other confirm from like non-crouching at that range.
Right. Because like if you were standing, what would I have to do? Like.
You would have to just do like Hell's Fang. If close up you can
that
get
move?
6A. Yeah. Close up you can get 6A, but if I'm not close to you, like. Yeah, I mean that if you do it from further away though.
Oh, do I get a combo? Oh
you
yeah.
do that into Gauntlet Hades.
So you're saying I gotta do? Oh, Gauntlet Hades that?
Well, that's what you do if you get the 6A. If you don't get the 6A, you just do Hell's Fang.
Oh, okay. So if I'm closer, so I'm farther away, all I can do is bam, bam, bam.
And then there's a follow up to that to get you knocked down.
What is it?
214D.
That?
Yeah, and then you get to run up and you get assert pressure again.
Oh, I get Oki?
Yeah. You get like a meaty.
Like there?
Yeah.
It doesn't seem very good.
You can run it. Yeah, it's not a great situation for you. But like your options are, if you crouch confirm it, you get a lot. You can OD cancel the 5C, and then you can do micro dash and you can get up close. OD cancel.
I thought I did. Like that?
Yeah. So you want to do 5B 5C. OD cancel. This is why I'm saying you want to hit the macro.
Oh yeah.
You're just plinking it. And then you can do a micro dash 5B 5C and 6A. Yeah, I mean there you go. And there's like basic combo theory stuff.
Yeah. Oh, that's sick. Yeah, I really like the hit confirm aspect of that.
Yeah.
Or not even just like the mental stack, because in Street Fighter at least, like in Guilty Gear it's a little bit more complex, but you don't have to worry about. In hit confirming, it's usually just block or hit. I mean, the way Street Fighter balances it is they usually make the hit confirm windows really tight.
Yeah.
Whereas in this game, you have like we said, we have boom, boom. Like, well, that didn't combo, but like.
Yeah, you're buffering that usually anyway.
Yeah, like you're buffering it. So like your hit confirm window is a little bit more rewarding, but to compensate for that, you have looking for more things.
And usually, the more optimal stuff is when you confirm stuff faster. So like I can do like a really good example. And this is global. 5As. Totally screw your combo damage. So if
like scaling wise.
Yeah, so if I get like a good I only get one 5A here. We get a nice 3K from that combo, but if I do even just 2.
Same combo, right?
Yep, this is the exact same combo.
You
I already got like 400 less damage.
Yeah.
And then we get to 3. 300 more damage.
Right.
So like every 5A that it takes me to not confirm that is like another, like a pretty sizable amount that I'm losing.
So
my
would you
combo.
say, in general, like doing too many of these isn't a good idea?
No,
Maybe
it's
is it
fine.
okay?
It's not like
Well, it'd be better for like if you think they're gonna block, right? Because then you could
yeah,
you could mess up their what's the name of the option select?
TRM.
You
or
mess
throw-
up their
yeah.
TRM, right?
You can
potentially.
TRM them. Yeah, you can. It's just the throw OS. It's just it doesn't
Yeah,
have
yeah.
like a name.
The throw OS, yeah.
But yeah, you get to TRM them. Yeah. So there's like a lot of stuff for that.
And just sorry, going back, like let's say so like do expect that I'm gonna throw after the first jab
Okay.
and do the option select. So I saw that.
Yeah.
So I saw he just tried to option select and then I can do that, right?
Yeah.
And I know it's gonna work.
Yeah.
Right.
It,
so,
but there's a 30-frame window, so it'd be hard to react and see it.
Oh,
But
okay. That's too hard.
I mean, you could if you were God, but because you're not going to react to it.
I don't think
run
I-
up
I don't
and
think
do
that
your
would work.
7-frame throw. But it tells you that I'm a person who knows about it and is doing it.
right. It lets me
Yeah.
know you're doing it.
It gives you the player information, which is important.
Right. Which is another thing to like look out for. Is like because if I think if you're doing that, then I'm like okay, the frame trap game because he's not mashing buttons,
Yeah.
right? So then I can okay, he's option selecting. Let me go for my less real frame traps. Like you're showing me you're like B unfly B
Yeah.
unfly B.
For
'Cause
you,
like,
it's just like you can just do 5B, microdash 5B a lot.
like that, or just like I gotta hold a 4B.
Yeah, and you can stay at that outer range, and it's also like a space that's hard to contest too. I tried to mash a button, like, this should work. But if I'm like, that was me reacting to you running back up, I got hit.
Right, because you'd think of it like boom, boom. You'd think I do the full thing.
Yeah.
Oh, and I just did this bam,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah, there you go.
Like that thing. That's actually kind of sick. I really like
this
that.
This game's tight.
I think I like Ragna.
He's a cool character, and there's a lot of good Ragnas to watch.
Yeah. Okay, sick. All right, what were we talking about?
We were talking about offensive pressure
Okay.
and hit confirming stuff.
Okay, yeah, we were talking about crouch confirms.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, that's pretty much all you need to talk about. Just that you can get them.
you
It
can
does
get
also
crouch
some stuff.
confirms.
One thing to mention: Jubei is always considered crouching. You just get to do crouch confirms on him.
Oh, Jubei's just crouching. Oh, that seems really. So if you have a good crouch confirm, Jubei just gets
Jubei
bodied.
has a bad. I think Jubei has a pretty hard time with Azrael. Azrael gets a lot off of his crouch confirms. It like doubles his damage in a lot of
Right.
situations.
Oh, Jubei, they must love that matchup. They're
I
just
did.
like,
I did. I was a fan.
Yeah.
he gets to erase a lot of Jubei's tools. It's not a great Jubei matchup in my
Yeah.
opinion, but I don't know. Maybe the Jubei players know some stuff that I don't, and it's actually really good for him.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, this is a game where matchups come up a lot. But I will say I don't think there's anything worse than a 7-3 in this entire game. I do
Okay.
not think Blazblue has an 8-2.
Okay, that's good.
And part of that is the strong defensive system mechanics, and like every character has a strong enough game plan that if they can get it going, like there's no like Street Fighter, like the character strength is a lot weaker. So when you have characters do things, sometimes you can invalidate one or two of their tools and they don't get to play the game anymore.
Right. Right. Yeah, I'm just like theory crafting right now. I'm like, okay, if I do this, then I can do boom, boom. I could do like boom, boom, whiff, bam, bam. See that you're crouching.
Yeah.
Or if I'm right here, see that you're crouching. Wait, shouldn't that work?
That might be standing only.
Oh. So the idea would be, oh, wait a minute. So if I'm point blank, bam, I see that, now I gotta do that.
Yeah.
And then into that.
There are standing only
Okay.
combos. They mostly have to do with height stuff.
Okay. Dope.
I actually didn't know that one was standing only until you did it just now.
Yeah.
I gotta get a little bit more props to all my Ragna players.
Yeah. So that's a double confirm then. So like, that's kind of tough because like think about it, like if I'm here, I have to know that this will whiff. If I'm here, I have to know that this will hit. If you're crouching, I have to know to do this. So that's a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I could simplify it. Like, oh, it hit. I'll just do this. It works
Yeah,
no matter what.
and you can rapid the second part. The like you can do the Hell's Fang into the Hell's Fang follow up, RC it, and then you can run up and do 5B 5C jump cancel into air route.
Right. Okay, that's sick. I like that a
Yeah,
lot.
and so you can like if you don't want to do a good confirm, you can just spend 50 meter and get a
Right.
good confirm anyway.
Yeah, that's really cool. I mean, okay, so I think we've
The
covered.
combo system in this game is really cool. By the
No,
way.
it's
Like,
sick.
it is
I actually
good.
really like. You could argue that like it adds a lot of complexity that's arguably not needed, but I think it's actually really cool.
Yeah,
Like,
it gives you a lot of expression, and there are still like I've still got my B&Bs. My one that I teach all the Tsubaki players is you just do this, and then if you have a stock, instead of getting 2K, you get to do And this works from every spacing, and this is a totally optimal combo. This is the best you get off with a starter.
Jesus, that's a long ass combo.
Yeah, it is like kind of a long combo game. I don't know. I'm just used to it.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, like, how would you describe? I mean, the executions depend on the character. I mean, if we were to compare this to other games,
The fundamental execution of the game is very easy, which allows them to give you harder stuff.
right? Like you're saying, like you can do combos that work, and then you can find the hard
Yeah.
stuff.
So, like-
character specific, like crouch specific, fatal counter specific, like
The-
situationally specific, all
Yeah,
this
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
OD punishes.
Yeah, and that's all like kind of like what you end up running into. Like you're like, oh man, this guy hits me with overheads all the time, and I OD through him, and I
Yeah.
don't even get that much off of it. I should have a good OD combo or something like
Yeah.
that. Like so, you get this, you know, the basic B&B that you get. And I played Tsubaki like this for a whole year. I just this was my one combo. I wouldn't do it
And
all the
that
time.
works standing, crouching.
Yep, it works under every condition, which is one of the reasons that I learned it.
Right.
But
Because you
now-
said if I was crouching, you get a different combo, right?
I can, if you crouch, I don't have to spend the stock to get the launcher, basically.
Oh, okay. Oh, you were RCing there. I didn't even notice.
I wasn't RCing. I spent one of my dollars.
Oh, one of your.
I
oh,
used
okay.
the special for the EX hammer to get a launcher.
Yeah. Okay, I get you.
And then, but the actual like stuff that you want to do, and this is the spacing confirm, is you want to do stuff like this. These DP whiff combos that I just dropped.
Oh, okay.
You want to get this like relaunch into a pickup because this gets you a ton of damage and a ton of corner counter for no stocks. It is mandatory for high level Tsubaki play, but when you're learning the character, you don't even, I got really far without this. But you do leave a lot of damage on the table, and this will not work at every spacing. And you whiff your DP and you die because
Yeah.
you're stuck there.
Okay, sick. I'm assuming that's wicked punishable. This-
It is. You can special cancel it, but it like usually when something's only special cancelable, that's when you start getting in trouble.
Right. Because what is this unblock?
It is not punishable except on IB. Which let's see if I
So
can.
I could do like. Because you know it's coming there, right?
I did not. There we go. And then I get to 5A punish it, except I messed up the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. That seems pretty strong though.
One thing that a lot of them will do is so Hell's Fang is minus. So a lot of Ragnas will do Hell's Fang into DP if you block
This?
it. Yeah, and then if I mash there,
Oh, wait, is it? Oh, that. Okay. Yeah.
then you get me. But if I AB it,
Yeah.
I get to confirm.
Gotcha. Okay, sick. Okay, we talked about offense, we talked about defense. I think neutral game we didn't really talk a ton about. I mean, we talked about how like
The movement
this is
works,
a.
yeah.
I mean, it's gonna be different depending on the character, right? Like Ragnar, you said 5B, right? Like you feel like,
Yeah.
okay, if you're neutral, we're not close enough that I can get my pressure strings, right? So you know, we could for Ragnar like a 5B is a good run up poke. I mean, I'm assuming he has other pokes good, because you talked about like one thing I think that we did talk about for neutral that seems important is like the crush system, like foot, body, and
Yeah.
head.
It's-
So like in neutral, that's gonna be a big deal because Ragnar's doing 5B. If I do a body invincible move,
Yeah.
which I'm assuming you have,
I do, and not a lot of characters do. That's like that's a little bit more matchup specific, like just knowing your neutral tools specifically.
yeah,
You just kind of be like, oh, I have a mid counter poke on a special that's like this,
Right.
and it gives me a full combo.
Right.
A lot of the neutral I think is like good movement. I mean, one thing that's really special to this game is the big air backdashes. So like, you can do a lot of like just moving while just like kind of disguising your intention.
Yeah.
Like in Street Fighter, you can walk forward and you can walk backwards, and then if you jump, you're making a read. But in this game, like you can just jump and then you can like not commit to anything. So
Right.
I've spent sets where all I've done is gone in and then air dash back, and then like okay, I don't get a punish on your anti-air, sure, but eventually they stop anti-airing, right? You go in and you 6A me every time I do this.
right,
Like I run at you, I jump, you try to anti-air, you don't get anything. And then
right. And that's a strategy. I mean, this is a strategy I sometimes use in gear. Wait, can I not instant barrier after backdash?
you cannot. There is a period of time you will get a button first.
Yeah, I noticed that, and I can't block either. I'm assuming. Well, right, because so basically it just means you can't. So like I'm just used to. So you can barrier cancel forward dash, not backdash.
Yep.
Or air forward dash.
Yeah, air dashes are like the commitment. It is the jump in from Street Fighter. If
Yeah.
you IAD at somebody, you go, you're not going to anti-air me. Get
Right.
hit.
But like you said with the air backdash, like I mean, I'm assuming this applies to this game too. A lot of times, what I'll do, you know, because I'm a chip player in Strive, so I'm always in the air. Like one thing I'll do is I'll go in and I'll see if they pressed a button on the ground. Because if they press a button on the ground, like
Yeah.
they at the very least can't anti-air me. And if they didn't, then I'll just block.
Yeah,
Right?
that's like really common. Is you do run up jump. I do that all
Yeah.
the time. And that also beats like, okay, so here's my my neutral skip per se. I have this tackle that costs me a stock. If you get hit by it, I get a full combo. Except that and not the execution's not there today, but you get a full extension there. It does like good damage and it's +2 on block. And it's really hard to IB because it's a little subtle, I think. Block.
I tried IB.
Oop. It's very fast, and it's like you're not gonna get the IB on this all the time. Some things in this game are made to be IB'd, in my opinion. Like Azrael's Gustav is designed around the IB mechanic. This is kind of made where it's like a special treat if you can, but you're not expected to.
It's just the timing's a little offbeat.
Yeah.
I just did it, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's tough. Like, you have to just know the timing.
Yeah. And then, but if you block, I'm in. It's my turn, right?
Oh, you're plus?
Yeah, I'm +2. Because
Okay.
I spent the dollar. So, hey, look, my neutral skip.
Yep.
But if you just jump over that, and then you fall down and you need to punish. So, like, just neutral jumping in neutral.
That's like the Balrog Rush Punch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, if you do, like, Hell's Fang in neutral, which sometimes the Ragnas do, I'm going to get hit doing almost anything. It, like, pulls you back, too, so it's actually, like, not the world's worst footsie tool.
Right, I'm, like, bobbing and weaving, like, going
if
back a little bit.
But if I, like, jump out of that, I'm going to get a punish.
Right.
You're in trouble.
Yeah. Okay. And this doesn't have any, like, body or any,
Nope,
like, low
no
crush.
invuln.
It's just fast.
It's just fast. It might have a little bit of a disjoint.
And is there weird, like, I mean, I'm assuming there are moves like this. Like, for example, like, the one example on Street Fighter would be, like, the Guile step kick, right? Like, if you do it point blank, punishable. If you do it far away, he's plus.
Okay, here's
Is there moves like that?
There is some variable hit stun. Actually, your 5B is an example of that. But we're going to talk about, I'm going to do Relius's, because this is the one that I actually know the most about. So Relius 5B is -2 on block.
Yep.
But spaced, the hitbox does not fully extend until 2 frames into it. So at max range, it is actually even. Like this is
like
even
far
on block.
away.
Yeah. Like when I get the full range of it, it's even, and then if I do it close, it's -2.
Right, but it's still active though. So like, if I'm hitting into you, like, you can still hit me because it's still active hitbox.
Yeah, it's active for 5 frames.
But it's hitting me later, right?
Yes. You don't get as much off of meaty combos in this game, but you do get some like meaty frame data stuff. Like your 5B works the same way as Relius's, where if you hit with the later active frames, you are less minus.
Okay.
And then there's just stuff
I
like,
think so it's like max range kind of.
Yeah, because some like the active frames for the rest of the kick don't come out until later.
Right. That makes sense.
And then on Tsubaki, she's got like a more traditional like Street Fighter thing where like knife here, right? Just block this.
Yep.
This is -7. So if you block it close, you can just hit 5A and punish, especially on IB.
Yep.
But if you were far away, like if we're from here, or if you barrier this, you're never gonna get a punish on that.
Right.
Even though it's -7.
Yep.
Even if you IBB this, no way.
Okay. So that a lot of the in the neutral is gonna be like finding in like it's gonna be super character specific, right? But you want to find like if your moves have properties that beat other moves, like you said, like I would assume Jin's, what is it, 6B is Foot Crush, I'm assuming.
6B does crush
Right.
foot.
And so like I said, I don't know that, but I'm just assuming that based on the way the move looks.
Yeah.
Right. So like you can kind of figure out, okay, what properties do my moves have in neutral? Oh, this is Foot Crush. Okay, that'll be pretty good to beat the lows.
Yeah.
In general, you want to find, okay, this has ridiculous range, very obvious. Like I don't have to be a Blazblue player to know that this is a good button.
Yeah.
This actually seems pretty good too.
It is good. It's just a little bit worse than the button before it, but you see both a lot.
Well, it has more ranged, but
Yes. It's a little bit more unsafe on block. You don't. So 5B you can buffer 5C behind, but 5C you have to buffer at max range. You don't have the same option.
Oh, right. I have to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's better for me to just do that because then.
And,
Yeah.
But I mean, there are people who use that all the time. And then you just
Yeah.
see Ragna JC.
Yeah. JC?
Yeah, that button.
Jump C? Oh, just like in neutral?
Yeah, that button is very good. Okay, so here, let me give you a good Ragna sequence. You do rising JA, falling JC.
Like catch you if you're jumping?
And that air to air is really well.
Oh, I just did it by accident.
So if I go to meet you in the air, the JA will hit me, and then if I don't meet you in the air, you get to fall with your good air to ground button.
Yep. Yeah, okay. Okay. Cool.
So yeah, there's just a lot of like little stuff like that.
And what about air neutral? Like
Air neutral in this game is usually like you meet people in the air, you can fake them out, you can hit them on the ground. Some characters have like a lot more elaborate air neutral than others. Like I can do like this air stall here.
Yeah.
I have a dive kick that's pretty good. The dive kicks in this game are pretty much like, this is actually punishable on block.
Right.
But I can RC it.
You can RC it, yep.
But yeah, there's like a lot of stuff like that.
And like, how would you say like how much of the neutral? It's character specific, of course, but like how much of the neutral you say is like, you know, let's just give Ragnar as an example. Like, how much am I doing this versus how much am I doing this?
I'm gonna be honest. That's up to you.
Okay.
He's strong in both places. Some of that's going to be playing your opponent. Some of that's going to be playing the matchup, and some of that's going to be what do you want to do. Like I said, I've seen Ragnars who play like a really solid air game. Every time I get up there, they poke me out of it. They multiplayer style, and then I see Street Fighter Ragnars.
Where they do this?
Yeah, where they walk in and they anti-air me every time.
Right, because I get a combo off this, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so I could totally see that. And yeah, okay, cool. That's good to know. And again, it'll probably be character specific, right? Like a character that doesn't have good air options. I'm assuming like a Tager or like a Susanoo maybe.
Susanoo's got fine air options. Tager's got bad ones. He doesn't have a second
so like a Tager would be grounded. It kind of just comes, how strong, but it's also like the reward, right? Like, what's the reward of this versus meeting you in the air? Like, I don't know, but I'm sure.
How easy? Like it's like
How easy is it to anti-air with this versus how easy is it to beat them with this? Like, it depends. Yeah, and like you said, like using this in neutral like could be good. Like if they're like I could go over some of their moves and stuff like that, right?
One piece of advice I think is good for this game. Every problem, for the most part, has more than one solution.
Right.
You should never try to solve a problem the same way twice.
Right. Oh, yeah, because they can mix it up.
Yeah.
Right, because it's like you said, like this move, right? Like,
yeah.
I'm assuming you could 2B this? Can you or not?
Well, I could just knife it if I'm ready.
You can knife... Oh, right, because that body crush?
Yep.
Or you could, jump?
Well, I can't on reaction, but if I'm just jumping... Because I know that you like to do that.
Yeah. You could do it preemptively.
So, like, if I mean, Hellsfang's a little rough to use in neutral because, again, it's just not good on block.
Yeah.
But, like, if I see that you're using a lot of Hellsfangs, I can try to react to it with knife. I can try to jump over. I can play more aerial. But you can be like, oh, you're playing more aerial because I'm putting out these Hellsfangs? Well, I'm going to meet you in the air now.
Yeah, I'll do jump A, boom. Yeah. Right. And then if you're reacting a lot, boom, I'll do that.
Yeah, and then you can start just running up. Like, if you see that I'm just waiting, you can run up and poke me.
Right. Sick. And then that's where, I hit him with this, then I got to do this combo versus, okay.
Yeah.
I think the thing that I'm going to have to get used to the most is, like, just getting used to my pressure strings and, like, using this, making sure to use this option select.
Yeah. The basic things that I would say, like, let me give you a good, like, here are the things that I would do day one. So
Yeah. No, that's perfect. That's a good idea.
So on wake up, you should just down back throw OS until people start TRing.
Block a few frames, bam. Block a few frames, OS. Until someone figures it out.
Yeah, and then same thing every time they run back up at you.
Yeah, so if they're running at me, block 3 frames, bam.
Yeah.
Because if they throw, I throw tech. If I block, I'm blocking.
Yep.
And I can do that. I can do block 3 frames, boom, and I'm still can look for the overheads.
The thing about so when you see them run up, I would just do it because you're already reacting like a little bit later than it'll come out. I wouldn't do the delay when they run up at you.
Okay, I would just press it.
Yeah.
Okay. Because they might just throw immediately. Yeah. Okay.
And then, so I would do that. If you don't know what to do with your meter, counter assault.
Okay, like if I'm just getting rushed down.
Yeah, if I'm like, there's the low that got you. Yeah, there you go, 4 AB.
Okay.
Yeah, so you just, this is like a good, like, I don't know where to spend my meter. I'll spend it on neutral resets.
Right.
And then if you don't want to think about your OD early on, burst is fine. Like, if you get, so every 50 meter and every burst is a way to get out of pressure if you want. You don't want to be too predictable with it because they're all baitable and punishable.
Right.
But, like, it's a good, like, I don't know what to do with these resources. Here's what I think your default should be.
Right, so burst is simpler to use than OD.
Yeah. But wake-up ODs are pretty strong. Like, you at least get to, like, see what they're doing. If your opponent's going for a lot of unsafe stuff like grabs on your wake-up and you OD through it, like, go to town.
So, yeah, if they throw my wake-up and I OD, that's punish.
You get a DP punish. You get to do whatever the hell. You actually get, like, you get more than just a DP punish because of the recovery time because you get to see that they're in the recovery. So you can go for even some slower options.
Right. And that's probably why, like, if they have OD, meaty throw is probably a bad idea.
Meaty throw is, it's you're playing.
In general, it's a bad idea because it doesn't work against the OS, right? So it's like, it'd probably be better to, like, tick throw.
It's more of like a layering thing. Like, maybe if you've been layering tick throw, now you go for the OS now that they're, like, afraid to do it.
Yeah. Right.
Everything in this game has pretty solid.
And like I said, if they're not going for the OS, then that means they're either just throw teching, in which case I could shimmy them, right? Well, they might be reacting.
Well,
they might be.
Yeah.
But in general, like if someone's not going for the OS, I could see it, right? Because I can see you're not. I can see the barrier not like flashing like that, and then I could be like, that's TRM, right?
Yep.
But if they're not even doing that, that would mean if they're not doing that, that would mean they're doing this, right?
Yeah, I would have to do that. So you can shimmy me if I'm not doing the OS.
Right. So that adds another layer, right? So another knowledge check.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm like, oh, he's not doing this, then okay, well, first he's not doing this. Is he throw teching? Like, and I can probably also see if he's reacting, right? Because I can see how late you throw tech. Like, if I throw and you're just like mashing throw, I know that there was no delay. Like, I was like, no way he reacted.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
So then I'll be like, he's just mashing throw. Bam. He's gonna mash throw. Bam, bam. Something like that.
Spooky does one with Hawkman where he does dash up, dash back 3C. And if you don't use the OS, you just
like
get
this.
countered.
Bam, bam.
Yeah. Except his character doesn't have. He does a step dash. A step dash up, step dash back.
Yeah. We just do that. Something like that.
Yep. So another one for new players, I would start by always barriering. Obviously, the system's really complex, but barrier is basically free, and it'll make it a lot easier. So you should try to barrier out and then jump out.
Okay. So like, get them away from me. Bam. Run away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, you get in here, you start some pressure, and then I try to get out of there.
Right.
And when you try to jump out, I would super jump and then see the situation and then air dash accordingly.
All right. So you think super jump's a good option?
Super jump is very, very good in this game. Like, super jump, if you're not like trying to get like a short hop or an IAD or something, you actually, even if you are doing, okay, actually I forgot a part about super jump. You turn around in the air with super jump and you don't with regular jump.
Oh, so I can do that.
Yeah, well you can do that anyway because that's just like that's the Shoto normal. That always crosses up that JB.
But I can do that.
Yeah.
That seems good.
So I don't have that like Shoto normal if you stand still for a sec. If I IAD over you, if I IAD over you, I don't get anything. But if I super jump IAD over you, I turn around at the end of there and I get a left right.
Oh. So wait, you have to super jump. Wait, why
Super
is it not
jump
working?
IAD.
Maybe I have to wait a little bit longer. Let me just try it.
Yeah. So you can do it immediately off the ground. You don't have to wait, but you do have to do like.
I think I have to delay it, right though. Like I delay the C, like.
Oh yeah, you have to wait till you get to the other side of them to actually turn around.
Yeah. Yeah, because I did it like when I was over your head. There it comes out. Yeah, that seems good for Ragnar, right? Like doing something like this, bam, like something like that.
Yeah, you can get that, and that also bait a lot of anti-airs. Like if you do that, and I try to
it
anti-air you
worked
on
there.
the same side, like that, you can do that. And you
Yeah.
punish my anti-air there.
Right.
It actually won't work on my character because I have a whiff cancel on the anti-air. So I will turn around and maybe not as good in this particular matchup, but in general.
Okay, cool. Okay, so we covered that. What were we just talking about?
Neutral.
Neutral.
Moving around. It's
Oh yeah, we were talking about air super jump. That's what you were talking about.
Super jump's really good. You can still air dash. You can still block. It doesn't like the commitment isn't your first jump. The commitment is your second air action.
Right. Right, because like, how do you hard counter super jump? What, jump grab, right?
Yeah, I mean, even then you can tech them. They're reactable in the air.
Yeah. So that just seems like kind of a safe option almost.
Yeah, it's very, very safe to just.
It's just
super
like
jump around.
it's just a little non-committal, right? Like you're not really killing anybody by doing this.
Yep.
But you're just like you're also like you said. So like, I'm barrier blocking you. I pushed you away. Super jump. I don't know that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just escaping the situation by doing that, and that's stronger than doing like IAD. Well, like it's a little slower maybe, but
It's a good way to get out of the corner. Like so, if we're in the corner here, jumping is like the default way. Oh, there you frame shot me. So like I can't mash in that situation. I also did an IAD instead of a super jump, but like when you whiff that 3C.
We're jumping at the same. Okay.
So you whiff that 3C, right? I get out of the corner.
Right. Was
Whereas
that super jump or was that IAD?
That was just IAD.
Okay, yeah.
But if I like if I try to mash on that 3C on a reaction, I'm gonna get hit. Also, your 3C is jump cancelable on block. So if I do actually block it.
This?
Should be
this?
3C. Yep.
Oh wow. Oh, you barrier blocked it though.
Yep.
And then it whiffs.
And then it whiffs, which is still good for you.
Because I can do this.
But you have to react to that situation now on whether or not you.
Well, I feel like that's better than this. Like this actually has a good amount of whiff because that's that. But then this is like bam.
Yeah.
But if I whiff that, like I can, yeah. Right.
So yeah, that's like the general flow of this game for offensive defense.
Right.
But yeah, counter assault, really good use for meter for new players. I feel like a lot of people underutilize that mechanic. It is very strong and requires hard callouts mostly.
Okay, so it's good in this game.
Yeah, it is it's a very strong option because it has to be. It costs 50 meter.
Right.
Bursting,
Right. And that's just like
yeah.
if you don't know what to use for a meter, like you don't really know RC combos.
Yep.
Like if you don't know an RC combo, like.
And then supers in this game are like, I mean, you see supers pretty often, but usually they're used for finishing combos. Like both of, like Ragnar's got a Carnage Scissors, which is like a decent anti-projectile super. It's half circle back forward D. So you get that, you move across the screen. So you see me throw out my projectile.
Oops.
Oh, okay. A little bit. Boom. You get it.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's mostly like combo ender stuff. Like that's like the only utility use for Ragna's supers. So if you don't have like an RC combo or you don't have a specific place you want to spend meter here, I do get a punish.
You were ready for that one.
Yeah. But yeah, that's how like that's like a good general layer 1 usage for meter. I wouldn't worry about bursting too much early on. But you do want to try and implement OD stuff as soon as possible.
And like you said, OD, especially at the low level, I could see it being good because people are probably going to do meaty throw.
Yeah.
So like at the low level, oh, he did throw, boom, and you can do the same. Like you said, there's special combos, but at least do your DP punish, right?
If you've got 50 meter, you can also do... So people bait your DPs by making them whiff, right? If I OD next to you and you block and I do DP RC, I can still get out. And you can't make me whiff because you're like locked in next to me.
What, can you explain that situation again?
So I like, let's say you just meeting me with 2A and then I do this. I can DP, like, on, like, I guess knock me down. Do the... Let me put me in the corner. Oh. So I can DP here, and then I hit you with the DP, so I get my character gets a conversion off for DP.
Right. Wait, was that DP guaranteed, or did I mess up?
You could block there. I think you continue to mash after the super flash.
Oh, yeah, so I just gotta wait.
So you block. But let's say I don't want to guess there. You can't make me whiff from that space.
Right, because I'm too close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the DP is 10 frames, so I could just DP RC, and like the OD lets you see that they're not doing that though. Like it gives you at least that pause frame on wake up, which can be nice sometimes.
See that I'm not doing what?
I can see that you're not gonna space your Oki so that I can't.
Oh yeah, yeah. You see that I didn't do that or something
Yeah.
like that. Okay, I get what you're saying. So you know the DP would at least get blocked. I'm
Yeah, and then,
assuming
like-
there's a counter. Could I do that? I don't know. Like, I'm assuming there's something I could do.
So our DPs will clash.
Okay.
If you OD and we both DP here,
Yeah.
they clash.
That's sick.
And you can cancel that into another DP.
I can just do another one.
Yeah, you can.
Well, we kind of switched sides there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you just have to do it immediately because the clash
Yeah.
happens before we switch sides. But you can do that. Not every character can though. There are some characters you just have to hold that. There's
Right.
actually a thing that I talk about a lot, and it's kind of a Tsubaki thing because she also gets full conversion off of her DP. And I can even go into EA with it. It's actually my character's messed up, man. She's strong. That stuff's whack. So you get to do stuff like that. And a lot of characters don't have, like, Ragna's DP clashing with mine is actually like kind of a special interaction for the matchup. But like if you're playing like Rachel, nope, you got nothing. You got to hold that DPRC.
Right.
Which, you know, I'm spending 50 meter and OD.
Right. So you're using the OD to make sure that the DP will get blocked in that scenario.
Yeah.
So that's why, like, okay. So that's why, like, I'm trying to think about, like, when, like, so, like, do you know as Ragna, for example, like, how would I use OD? Like, as a punish mainly on offense, or?
It's a really good confirm for you. For Ragna specifically, I would recommend learning the 5B, 5C OD, like, route. So that way when you get a really far poke in the middle of the screen, I don't know the exact route necessarily, but you can find it pretty easily.
Right.
It's on Dust Loop. It's probably in the Ragna.
So, like, I'm doing bam, bam, bam.
Yeah, and then you would micro dash forward.
Then
and
I do
like
something
5B.
else.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you get like a confirm off of that because it'll let you confirm far range pokes without resources that you wouldn't normally be able to.
Right. Like I said, like at this range, I could only get that.
Yeah.
So like it could be like, in that sense, I could be fishing for it. But then it's almost like
you have time to react after the 5C.
I have time to react, but then it's like, well, if they're crouching, I'm like, maybe I could save the OD.
Yeah.
Maybe I could go for the other combo. Or if they're point blank, I could do this. You know what I mean? Like I do the 5A combo.
But that's a good thing to look for OD for like a Ragna player. Other than that, you want to look for defensive stuff. So like versus Ragna, like do you run up 5B? Oh, I did it way too early there. Oh, I didn't get the spacing. Okay, oops. And that's a punish.
So you're not really reacting. You're kind of just popping it.
I'm reacting to the run up.
Okay, so if you're like, oh, he's running up, I'm gonna do it.
And then I don't get the spacing.
Okay. So it's kind of like, it's just kind of a good time pause, right? Like you don't know what's going on. I'm pausing time. I don't know what's happening.
Yep. But
Like-
also I can do it on reaction. Like we talked about like that 60 earlier.
Right. So like, could you do it on reaction to that? With that punish?
If I was on it, if I was having a good day.
Yeah. Well, isn't that's slower than like Jin's, right? So
21 frames.
21.
It is very fast. It's also like it's very sudden.
Yeah.
On a good day,
Well, right. You know what? The issue is I can do it from any button. Right.
But I also get to OD through that Hell's Fang too.
Right. So if you think okay, that's actually a good point. So like if you think I'm gonna do like, let's say I did a move I can't cancel out of like this, right?
Yeah.
Like I would do this. I'll be like Hell's Fang. punish.
Well, I didn't
you
get a
mess it up.
punish there,
It
but
is.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
the idea. Right. Okay. Okay. Cool. So it's good. Like, you want to kind of know like maybe every character has like maybe some characters doesn't matter. Some characters have good
Yeah.
OD confirms.
Some-
Other characters be like,
yeah.
okay, you can use this to punish stuff, or you could use it on wake up, and it's like pretty safe, right? Like it's safe, right?
There's literally no punish for it.
Yeah. So those seem like the best three things. Like punish stuff, make like force people things to whiff. Do it on wake up, and then you could like DP RC guaranteed, or like I could do it in a combo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Which I could figure out. What I'm
Yeah,
doing.
yeah,
Okay. Cool.
So I would say the wake up OD is probably the weakest of those three. I would say it's ODing through your opponent's offensive options, using it to confirm your own combos if you're a character who does that, and then locking your opponent out of burst.
Locking them out of. Oh, right. So like this goes hand in hand, right? Like you can't burst this.
Yeah.
Right. And during the whole duration of my. Okay, so if I hit you, you know what I just realized? You can still burst right now.
No, I can only OD.
Oh,
so
you
you're
can
not
OD.
hitting me. If you OD and you hit me, you'll see it get locked out.
Okay, so like if I OD
And
and
run up
then
and hit me.
locks you out. Okay. And you can't. Yeah. Okay, I get you. So let's say. Oh, so it's a guaranteed kill, right? Like let's say like I hit you once, bam, oops, and then I'm calming you. You can't burst. So it's like
Yeah.
you're like if I know a combo's gonna kill and I see that the OD hit, I was like, you might as well let go of the controller, right? Because you can't burst
Unless you drop your
unless I
combo.
drop the combo.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's okay. I get what you're saying. So that'd be good maybe towards the end of the match too, like or just
And
in
you
general.
know,
if
like
you want to.
I run into a lot of situations where like my opponent is like here, right, and then I just yeah,
You're like, oh, he didn't
if
burst.
it's,
Okay.
it's last round, why not?
Right. Right, and that kind of comes down to like, and if I do burst you, it's not like your OD's gonna come out.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like, well, I still have mine. Exactly. And then you can just do it again. Like, oh, I still have it. You know what I mean? Because then they use their burst.
Yeah.
And they can't. What is it? They can't get active flow, or
They cannot get active flow for the round. Yeah.
if they burst.
Yep.
So that's why it almost seems better. Like if it's last round, you could use like if you could get two things in a round, you could do like early OD, go into like active flow.
Yep.
I can maybe get burst back for later in the round. And if I'm bursting at the end of the match, it's not like I'm going to get another one anyways.
Yeah.
So
This is
like,
a way that a lot of Ragna players play. Like
Yeah.
this is yeah.
Okay. That makes sense to me. Okay.
Yeah, the game's really cool. A lot of the systems work together really interesting. They give you a lot of different ways to solve problems.
Yeah.
Which is why everyone gets to be so completely fucked up.
Yeah, like I'm already thinking of like different stuff I want to try. I'm like, well, obviously the main thing I want to learn is just, I think the first thing I want to learn is my combos off of all the situations that work.
Yeah.
Like I said, like off of throw, off of anti-air, off of A, off of B, and then I can get into like the
Yeah.
standing, crouching,
And
and stuff like that.
You've already got some of the same ones. Like if you do, it's like throw Gauntlet Hades, I believe. Like yeah, you do throw and then you do Gauntlet Hades afterwards. That's Hell's Fang.
Oh,
Gauntlet
okay.
Hades is the overhead. And then you do the delay
Oh, I do the
second hit.
yeah, I do the that.
Yeah, and then you can when you delay the second one, you have time for them to land and then you pick up.
That's the idea.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then but that's like the same anti-air confirm.
Right. Oh,
You go-
okay.
You
yeah,
do anti-air Gauntlet Hades on like a confirm hit.
yeah. Oh, like this?
Yep. It's that same
Oh.
close confirm. So
Oh,
like, a
I
lot
can
of the-
see that it hit and then. Oh, no, that's blue beat.
Yeah. On counter hit, you actually, I think it's like on counter hit you can do 5D there and you get extra time to confirm. So you do. Oh wait, I need to be in counter hit. I'll just counter hit myself. 6 hit me while I'm doing that.
Oh, I'm in training dummy. Should I take
Oh yeah,
control?
I fucked that up. Oops.
What do I do? That?
6 me and then do 5D.
Oh, that?
Yeah. And then that you can cancel the first hit of into Gauntlet Hades. And that's like the good counter hit confirm.
Yeah. Okay.
But like that's like the same. Once you pass the first 2 hits, it's the same like theory after you land the Gauntlet Hades.
Right.
So it's a lot more in this game about learning like, oh, here's the situation where I can get the air hit Gauntlet Hades. Like, oh, I'm looking for times where I can make you block 6BB because then I can go into the Rekka series and I can do the launcher. Or, oh, I want to go into knife so that way I can do this air sequence here. It's
Right.
the same air sequence both ways, but it's like, oh, how am I getting my launcher? What am I doing afterwards? Tsubaki's got this DP whiff stuff. So, like, where can I get that DP whiff to hit?
Yeah.
It's a lot of that kind of stuff.
Right. And like you said, that's like the thing. Like, I feel like you can kind of like this game is really complex, but you can kind of simplify in the sense like, okay, in what situation am I hitting him? Like I'll hit him with 5B, what's my combo? You know, I'll hit him like up close, what's my combo? I'll hit him with throw, what's my combo? I hit him with anti-air, what's my combo? And then from there, it becomes like, okay, different Oki. Okay, they have the different rises, and then I can be like, all right, here's the setup if they do the quick rise, and then like, okay, they're just quick rising. Okay, maybe I can like have it.
Yeah.
I'll go for an overhead. Like you're gonna quick rise every time. I'll go for an overhead. Oh, they're doing delay tech. Like then that's when you have to start delaying my offense, right?
Yeah.
To account for the different techs.
That's like, I think the nice thing about this game is that on a very simple level, I think it's actually pretty easy to get something that covers like all the stuff that you need to.
Right.
And then you learn like more advanced Oki, so you can cover more situations simultaneously. You learn better combos to get more damage, so you have to play less interactions.
Yeah.
But like you don't need any of that to be good. You could definitely like go into a tournament with like baby combos and regular Oki
Right,
and just
yeah.
outplay your opponent and win.
Right. And it's like if you're worried about like getting mixed up from the Oki, like you could just have like a nice combo that just like ends and just like pushes them away, and like now you're back to neutral. You know what I mean?
You don't want to do that in this game.
Okay.
You really need to knock that in this game.
So you need to get the Oki.
You really do in this game, otherwise like the neutral, it gets too rough.
And there's no proximity normals, right?
No, there's no proximity normals except for that one Jin 2-2C button.
Right. Okay. Okay, sick. And then the other big things are like knowing like the option select on the blocking
Yep.
here, and knowing the different tech options.
And there are a
is
lot of
big.
other option selects in this game, but
Right.
like I don't think any of them are super important. Like I have a hit stop OS that I use to bait DPs a lot. Where like it won't work on Ragna, but I can do this, and then if that 2B, if this 2A here whiffs, I will block, and if the 2A hits you, I confirm it into a block string.
Oh, I get you. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't cancel on whiff.
It doesn't
like-
cancel into 2B on whiff, so I get block.
Right. Doesn't Ragnar can he kind of do that too?
Everyone can do this, but I have a situation where I use it to set it up, so that way it's a guaranteed true meaty. Like the very first frame of the move hits you, I don't have any like.
Oh, if the DB comes out, this whiffs you block.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But it only works against slower DPs.
Right.
But like
right.
that's like a thing that I actually discovered that. Like I posted on like the Tsubaki Discord.
Yeah.
And it's like my piece of tech, and like I mean there are Tsubaki players way better than me who have never ever used it. And don't care
Right.
about
Like they
it.
didn't think about doing that, right? And that's you talk about like the player expression, like the different
Yeah.
like ways you can play the game.
I don't think you need to learn that to be the best Tsubaki in the world. But
Right.
like, I don't think we'll ever see someone who plays this game and is like an immaculate master of it because it's so deep.
Right.
But
There's so much. There's like there's so many different options.
Yeah,
It's
but
like
you
hard.
can get away with very little, which is I think like a real like the mark of a
Right.
really good game.
Like you were just getting the game. Like I said, you're not trying to win the tournaments right away. Like you're just trying to like play the game. Like feel like you're playing the game. Feel like you're like having like you have a strategy. Like you know, okay, in neutral, here are my buttons. Like I already know. Like okay, I'm Ragnar. I'm pressing this button. I'm pressing this button. Oh, I got a hit. I'm doing this stuff. You know what I mean? Like okay, now I got in. Now I got to do my Oki, and now I know my frame traps and going for throws. And like now I got to throw. Now I have like a combo off throw.
Yep.
So it's like stuff like that. Like once you just feel like you can play the game and like you know what to do in all the situations, at least on like a simple level, then you can just start beating people up online.
Yeah,
and
and
then
it's
start feeling good about yourself.
You can beat people online pretty fast. I have like the Tsubaki sequence that I've been teaching people now,
Yeah.
where because everyone online like everyone's doing new stuff, you hit them with this, you build a stock, you do this combo here. They back roll afterwards because everyone on net plays back rolling right now. You catch the back roll tech with this, which also red beats. You get this tech, now they're guaranteed in the corner, and then the next touch kills them. And then you do this cross up, which no one blocks first time.
That's a cross up.
So is that.
Oh, they're both. Wait, what?
So okay,
I'm
so
blocking. Okay, that's a cross up. Okay.
Yeah. And I mean this cross
So
up
I'd have
too.
to. Is that overhead?
Yeah.
Okay.
Overhead cross up +3.
+3 on block.
+3 on block. It's my turn.
Oh god. And I'm assuming I have to what? IB that?
No, you. So they actually made hammers so that you couldn't IB it, like block it really quick.
Oh, sorry.
See how it's got 2 hits?
Yeah.
Good luck IBing both of those.
I think I just did, but
I
I got
mean, yeah,
lucky.
but I mean like on reaction in the moment. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
there's a lot of stuff that's like,
So how would I deal with it?
well.
Maybe after the first shield through, I can hit jab.
First of all, it is yeah. If I do the regular cross up, if I do
Yep.
hammer here, you can jab me, but you will lose to the knife,
Yeah.
especially if I don't delay it. Ooh.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's not going to work out super well for you. And then aside from that, I mean, you just block it. It costs me a stock. It's not free.
Oh, it costs you a thing.
I cannot do this cross up. If I cross up with RC, you can actually just mash. That's like minus, like, it's already like -8.
Yeah.
The cross up happens so late into the move's recovery, I'm already minus unless I canceled it.
Okay.
So it's just one of those things. Like, it's like a good knowledge check, and then you can block it too. And then we get into like the really fucked up 8-way mix of it. So like I can make you block a regular one, and then I can RC and go for a low. I can make you block a regular one and go for my plus
Right, because like I could block it, and then I'm thinking, oh, he's gonna be behind me. I'll hold that way.
I can go on the other side of you. I can do the same thing, and then I can go. If I have 2 stocks. There you go.
Knife overhead, yeah.
Yep, and then if I only have the 1 stock, I can still do.
Knife RC.
So with 50 meter and a stock, I get a 4-way if you block a charge.
Right.
Which is just, I mean, my character's strong. I get to do that. There's really there's no like direct counterplay because if you can OD through this, and that works out pretty well for you. And then you get like I
get a punish.
Yeah, you should get a punish if you get it right. But if I do this one, you actually don't.
Oops. Oops.
Here, I'll do 5B, 6BB, and then you OD.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean you don't get shit. It's actually like my turn there. So.
And I can't really tell the difference between them.
Yeah.
You're plus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just try to mash.
yeah. So, but I mean, you can still EA there. Like, it's not like a totally
true,
free match for me. I don't get like a punish, but.
Oops.
Yeah. So it's a pretty strong situation that I get to enforce, but it is expensive, and the rewards are decent.
Right.
But that hits everybody. No one blocks this the first time they see it, or like it just.
Yeah.
No one is blocking this.
Like, oh, what?
Yeah, you just get hit the first time.
And
so
especially like, oh, like, okay, this time I'll block cross up, and then I'm like, all right, do the overhead.
Yeah.
Now it's like, oh god.
Best of 1 on net play, they're done for.
Yeah.
They never fought a Tsubaki, get crossed up. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, that's just the learning experience. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, it's just gonna happen.
Here's my sequence for new Tsubaki players: build 2 stocks, run that sequence, you'll win every time.
Yeah.
Get
All
1
right.
neutral poke, game's over. You got him.
Yeah, that's like you could just. It's like you said with the Susanoo. It's like I feel like that's kind of like the Susanoo sequence, right? Where like you said, Susanoo just do overhead, overhead, overhead. Yeah. You get this, you get 1 stock, just cross up.
Yeah, you get this here, and then you get the hit in neutral, and then you catch their tech because everyone's back rolling. And then once you do that, they wake up, and then you make them block, and then you cross them up in the corner, and then that does like 4K.
Yeah, and you're just like the other guy's just like crying, like just
he's
like,
dead. He's done.
Yeah.
He can go home.
He's like, damn it, I thought rollback would be good. I'm getting mixed up.
Yeah. Anyway, that doesn't work at a higher level of play, but there's your new killer for Tsubaki.
Yeah, and that's like, look, that's the thing is like, you know, when we're first starting, like that's the goal. Is like, yeah, you're gonna get hit with a lot of degen stuff, but that's why you got to learn the degen stuff to hit other people with. You know what I mean?
You gotta, and you get. Let me tell you this: it feels real good to block some degen stuff.
Yeah. Like if they block that, like there's a lot of players that do like their things that they're like not paying, like they're checking their phone and they're like doing this mix up and they're expecting it to hit, and then you block it, they're like, oh wait, I actually gotta like sit up. I actually gotta try now. You know what I mean?
Ragna's whenever their gauntlet Hades gets blocked, they're like, oh
yeah,
shit,
they're like, wait a minute, let me sit up.
Yeah, so there's like a lot of stuff like that. That's a lot of fun. But yeah, some of the characters in this game are like absurd. I think Tsubaki is like a really strong character, and I've shown you some messed up stuff. She's not in the top 10.
Not even?
No, she's not a top 10 character in this game. But we have a huge cast too. I mean, if you want my opinion, everyone more or less agrees on the top 5.
Yeah.
So I feel like I can say that without giving any controversial opinions.
Okay.
Everyone generally agrees in no particular order. Izanami, Izuyoi, Rachel, Carl. Where is he? Carl and Lychee. And the offset is all of those characters are very hard.
They're hard to play.
None of those characters are easy.
Yeah, Lychee's the one with the pole stuff, right?
Yep.
And then Carl, is Carl just like better Relius?
No, Carl is harder Relius. Actually, one of the things is that I think Carl has bad matchups and Relius doesn't. Because Relius is a fully functional character with a doll. Carl is not. Carl is like half a character, and then the doll is 2/3 of a character.
Yeah.
So,
but but his mix-ups are just like too hard to deal with.
Well, he's got unblockables.
Oh, okay, that'll do.
But
it.
yeah, he's got much stronger mix-ups. His doll is a lot more oppressive, and he individually as a character is a lot weaker.
He said you forgot Bullet.
Oh yeah, because I'm getting my ass kicked. Is that someone I know?
That's Greg.
Oh yeah, it is. yeah. Okay, hi Greg. Yeah, no, because I get my ass kicked by Bullet. She's bad, which makes it feel worse. I will maintain my character is a terrible matchup against Bullet. Easy 6-4.
Your characters? Okay.
Yeah, I think personally, Toita would agree with me.
Okay.
But like the rest of the top 10, so I actually think all 5 of those characters have at least one like not favorable matchup or like not
at least
even
one.
matchup.
Yeah.
They all have at least one. Like I think Rachel loses to Azrael, which is a hot take, but I played Azrael in that matchup for a really long time. I think it's good for him. But like the rest of my top 10, which is a little bit more controversial, would be S and Mai, who aren't controversial. Relius, who's not controversial for anyone who understands the game. He's a very strong character. Hakumen, which is the most controversial one, and Mew 12 asterisk. She's really underplayed and very, very, very difficult.
Mm.
Um,
Oh yeah, I think I got that mixed up with the other one.
yeah.
See, Cindy, he's out.
So that's like kind of my top 10, and then the difference I think between those characters and the top 5 is they actually don't have bad matchups. They're just way less fucked up on their own game plan.
Okay. Okay.
So-
Sick.
And then you get a lot of just fundamentally strong characters below that, like Tsubaki, Jin, Hibiki, Naoto, like just like altogether like no real weaknesses, really well-rounded character, but maybe they have some specific matchups where they're not great or like just not quite as strong as the rest of them. And then you get into like your mid-tier heroes like Ragnar. Ragnar's like really good character, but he's definitely not in like the
Right,
top
like
half
he
of
just doesn't have like as much cheap stuff.
yeah, he's
kinda
a little bit more
fundamental.
honest. I mean, I'm Tsubaki comparatively. The mix-up I showed you is this game's version of honest. You can fuzzy that cross-up. We're not playing with the real 50-50s, so
Right.
honest.
Oh, you mean fuzzy? You mean the Tsubaki 50-50?
The cross-up is you can fuzzy guard it left, right. Like you can just delay. Like you block one side for a certain period of time, and then you switch to the other. There's
Oh,
a
you mean in
delay.
case you RC it?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. I get you. Nope, that makes sense.
It's like there's still ways to mix you up there, but having like a metered you have to guess is not this game's version of fucked up.
Yeah.
Not having that is this game's version of struggle.
Yeah.
If you can't spend 50 meter in some whack situation to make your opponent guess at least once, your character's probably not very good.
Yeah, you got to make them guess. This isn't a type of game where you can just like you're getting a knockdown and you're going back to full screen. Like
No.
you're trying to get a hit and then you're trying to do some crazy ass mix up.
But despite all of that, I think blocking works very well in this game.
Yeah, and like you said, you showed that there's a bunch of different there's a lot of defensive options.
Yeah.
Like the game has. Like the mix ups are strong, but like there's a lot of different options you have. Like even on wake up and like on block, you have like you said, there's 4 different ways to block. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So it's like you have a ton of different ways to do it. And like you said, barrier block seems to be like your best friend right away. Delay tech or delay rise.
Yep.
And then like you said, the OS, like those 3 things are gonna make like life
And
way
counter
easier.
assault.
And
Counter assault will
for
help you
50
a lot
meter.
against the fucked up characters early on.
Yeah, like you said, because I could. What I'm assuming I could counter assault your shield before you even get to the other side, maybe, or would you dodge it?
Yeah, no, I would just get hit.
You'd get hit. Okay. Yeah, so it's like, oh, he's hitting me with the shield, then mixing me up. I'm just gonna counter assault, get off
Yeah.
me. Yeah.
If you actually try this, a lot of people will like you want to counter something before the shield comes out. It's kind of the idea there. More.
Oh yeah, like on the normals.
Yeah,
The
you're like,
normals,
oh,
yeah.
okay, well, I don't want to like deal with this. You can just kind of do an early like counter assault. Once you see me commit to a 6B, I don't have an option that beats counter assault other than hard calling it out with knife.
Okay. So wait, how would you hard call out counter assault?
You can jump cancel normals. You can RC. It's the same way you call it burst, basically.
Okay, so it's hard.
Yeah, you actually, I think if you're like if you do it 2-way, you can just block afterwards. You can actually go low because if they hit forward, they're not hitting down anymore. Like they're not blocking anymore
Right.
because they have to go to forward. So you can actually.
Oh,
leave
you mean
them-
like if I'm doing like a 3D?
Yeah.
Like they're not blocking when they're doing
Yeah.
3D, right? So it's like it's like you're hit.
Yeah, you can do if you leave like a small gap and they try to do counter assault during that gap, they'll get 6B, which they probably don't want to hit in your face.
Yeah.
Most 6Bs are not fast.
Yeah.
So you just do like a small frame trap there, and it'll hit them. You can like again just do a normal and then jump cancel it, and then it'll whiff under you.
Okay, so that means it's strong, right? Like if they have to hard call it out, like
Yeah.
it's a good option. Like Spencer said, like
It is strong.
yeah, like especially early on, if you're not like super optimal with your meter, then that's a good option.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. I think that's pretty comprehensive.
Yeah, we covered like a lot.
Yeah,
This
we
was
covered a
long.
lot. No, like I feel like my brain expanded. Like it's just that, I don't know. There's so much more going behind the scenes compared to other games. I'm not saying like other games aren't in depth. I'm just saying
Yeah.
like
There's
for this game specifically, like there's so much I know Guilty Gear, but there's so much that I was watching this game, even with my knowledge of Guilty Gear, that I had no idea what was going on. And part of that is because, like you said, like those little exclamation points, little things like I feel I won't blame myself for not knowing what active flow is, but like there's little things like, and even like IB, it's like, oh, there's a little flash, but it's like, you know, if you don't know what Blazblue is, you're seeing little flashes, like I don't know what that is, you know what I mean? But like little things like barrier block, like I'd be like, yeah, this look kind of like FD. So some things are a little bit more obvious, but now like there's so much more that I'm realizing, oh crap, like the interactions are gonna make way more sense because it's like in a situation like you said with like let's say like head crush or like foot crush, it'd be like, oh, that dude hit that dude, but like you didn't know, he's like, oh, that dude hit that dude because he knew that he would do that move and he did that move.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
There's a lot of stuff like we didn't even get into character specifics, which every
Oh
character
yeah.
has. So.
Which we would be here for 5 more days if we
Yeah,
did that.
exactly.
So
Yeah, you can't. There's a Barlow put out a video.
I actually watched that video.
Yeah, that video
Yeah.
where he talks about like all of the basics for every character is good. I think that's a good like if you're trying to pick a main.
Yeah, that was a great video. Yeah, shout out to Barlow. I don't remember the name of the video, but it was a character breakdown. It was a character overview, and you'd see it's by Barlow. That helped me decide because One thing I really liked is he put how difficult the character was to learn in there,
Yeah,
which for me is a big deal. I was like, I'm not picking a hard character right away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sweet.
And then and then the dust loop. I can't.
Oh yeah,
shout out
dust
the
loop.
Dust
Yeah,
enough.
yeah, dust loop. Because like you said, like the dust loop will have all the properties of the moves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
it has all of the information that you can't
Which-
necessarily see.
right, which based on you described, it seems like it's gonna be like that long for
Yeah.
like each move is like 2B.
Yeah, it's like two paragraphs. Yeah, it
Yeah,
really
yeah.
is. But like you'll be like, man, why am I getting blown up by this big swinging move that Tsubaki has? Oh, it has body involved. That's why I can't
Right,
counterpoke it.
right, exactly.
I should try to counterpoke it.
And
with
a good start is to you're not gonna know every other character's properties, but know your properties.
Yeah.
Because then you can be like, well, I don't know what they have, but like this move has armor. It's probably good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I will give full disclosure. The first time you fight a new character with a strong player of a new character, you're gonna lose.
You're gonna lose.
You're gonna lose.
Yeah. And even if you play like an intermediate, like same skill levels,
Yeah.
like if you don't know the mix-ups, like, and you're
Yeah.
playing like a character and you don't know your mix-ups, like you're probably gonna lose too.
Yeah.
But that all being said, I think this is gonna be great. I'm gonna definitely make sure to edit this all together in a
Yeah.
more comprehensive way, just because there was a couple technical difficulties. But it won't be too hard. I'll just have to edit, like splice 3 streams together. But yeah, man, Spencer, I really appreciate you coming out. Before
Absolutely.
we go, we got to do some shout outs. So first off, shout out to you for coming. Shout out to Boston Blue Beat. And do you want to shout out your event again?
Yeah. We are running here at Balance Patch, where we are right now, Boston Blue Beat Extend on January 8th and 9th, which is a 2-day event, which is going to have all the regular anime games, CF, Tag, Plus R, Xrd, Strive, all 3 Guilty Gears, both Melty Bloods, and then also Fighting Herds, Grand Blue, and Skullgirls. And then now I can announce we got a side game, Sailor Moon.
Oh, nice.
So
Sweet.
that's coming back. We had a really strong Sailor Moon scene here in Boston for a while. So I'm hoping to see them come out again. We've already got like 70-something people pre-regged.
Yeah, that's
so
sweet.
if you're liking the rollback and you want to come and throw hands, Boston's always been the biggest CF scene for the last couple of years. So
Yeah, maybe I'll enter to see what happens. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Can't hurt.
I'll show up with my Ragna or whatever. I'll just start, or maybe I'll just pick Susanoo and try to overhead people. I don't know. that's like, I don't know. When you were showing me Susanoo, I was like, oh, I'm already like, I'm gonna destroy like all my Street Fighter friends if they're playing this game. I'm like, oh, I'm picking Susanoo.
you're gonna hit 5B, 6B, and they're done for.
Yeah.
So,
I'll be like, because they're not gonna know how to IB it up.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, how do you beat this? I'll be like, oh, I don't think you can. Like, I don't think there's an option. I don't think there's an answer. Like, I think it's weird. Like, he's just like double S tier. It's like, there's no option
this
to beat it.
character's top 1. He just makes you block forever.
Yeah, it's kind of like a bug. All right, awesome. Well, thank you everyone that tuned in. Like I said, I'm gonna upload this entire thing. You know, I appreciate you sticking with me with all the technical difficulties. I'm a bit new to OBS, so I apologize for that. But again, thank you everybody. Thank you, Spencer. And we're gonna sign off from here.
All right.
Peace.
Now we gotta walk all the way around.
Yeah, we gotta walk around and turn off the
Our
stream.
stream running.
Yeah.